At McDonald's, you get to save on your faves during any time of the day. Because now, you can grab a sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles meal for $6 during breakfast. Or a 10-piece chicken McNuggets meal for $9 during lunch or dinner. Price and participation may vary.
Looking at the call right now. Going back to the guys in Secaucus who are staying up late back there, doing some work. I think R.C. Davis gave me like a clown cup or something. Yeah, it's all over the floor now.
I would lean block here, but not with any conviction.
And they're talking it over.
It's pretty violent, and I think that's why it was called charge initially. It's just a violent collision.
Let's hear what Sean Wright has to say.
The call on the floor is going to be overturned to a blocking foul as Curry did not establish a move ball. They will still lose their timeout, and we will shoot 2 shots.
So here's the double whammy on that. The call's overturned. It turns into a block, and now they get to the free throw line.
Yep, and you don't get the 5th foul on Thompson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was the right call. We never really got in front of him. But it was hard to tell because, again, it looked like Thompson kind of dipped into Steph. And, again, that was a fairly violent collision for as much speed as Thompson had built up, which wasn't a ton. But it was a nice jolt. Steph got the worst of that. Got the foul and the pain.
Well, the Warriors have called a timeout now. Steve Kerr is telling Moussa Dagger, hey, what are we supposed to do here? Steve Kerr is talking, and Steph Curry is not even in the timeout. He's over talking to Sean Wright. And so it's 91 all. We have 3:24 to go. And, Tom, I just think right now the Warriors have to figure out somebody else's, like Richard. Richard took advantage of the Curry gravity to score a bucket. I think that's how they have to win this rock fight.
Yeah, well, look, you're never going to go away from Steph. I don't care how much he's struggling. You're always going to try to get him open for shots and just assume that, look, he's going to hit his next shot. The percentages prove themselves out. Now, maybe one of those games where he's just cold for the entire game, and he may miss those shots, but it's not going to keep them from trying to get him the ball and trying to get him open for shots. That's who they are. That's what their offense is. But to your point, other people got to realize that the Rockets are going to play it that way, as well they should, and you got to use that now. You got to have your head on a swivel, be looking for passes, be cutting to the hoop sharply, setting back screens away from Steph to get guys open, and see if you can free somebody else up.
Ahmed Thompson at the line. First one's good, and the Rockets are back up on top.
But this is one of those games that's played on the black asphalt, chain nets, double rims.
Second one's good. It's a 2-point Rocket lead, 93-91. 3:24 to go. Warriors with the ball. Curry to walk it up. Down the near wing. And wait, we get a foul as Şengün and Podziemski got tangled up, and the foul's on Şengün.
Well, that's free throws. Take that.
Podziemski will walk up to shoot free throws.
Thank you. It's funny because I looked up the scoreboard and I was like, this game feels a lot like, well, all the playoff games last year.
Yes, it does. It does. Feels just like that. Hey, you can celebrate Filipino Heritage Night at Chase Center on Saturday, November 29th. The Dubs take on the New Orleans Pelicans. It's coming up real quick. Presented by NBC Sports. First 10,000 fans get a Kevon Looney commemorative pin as Kevon Looney comes back to Chase Center. You need to come out and show Kevon how much you love him. Tickets are available at Warriors.com. 888-GSW Hoop is the number to call. Podziemski misses the first free throw.
Don't forget Jordan Poole coming back to Chase.
Jordan Poole coming back to Chase.
Missed both of them.
Podziemski misses both. We have a lane violation.
Why not? That's just so perfect for this game. Why wouldn't there be a lane violation?
On the Rockets, Şengün is the guilty party. So Podziemski.
Well, Şengün's over the line. Look at his left foot.
Yeah, he's already over the line.
I did not see that.
And he missed all three. Podziemski missed all three. Wow. Rockets with a rebound on the ball and a 2-point lead. What an opportunity lost there. 3:09 to go. Thompson bouncing with the dribble. Şengün back to the basket at the high post. Now he'll turn, survey, hand off to Shepherd. Shepherd chased by Podziemski. Open jumper, slides it home. Career high 28. Now for Shepherd.
Oh, he's been spectacular.
And now the Warriors attack. Curry the other end. Goes in, throws up a shot, no good. It's an offensive foul called on Curry. Man, Curry has not gotten a whistle tonight. Brandon Adair with the call.
They're going to challenge that now? Yeah, I think they
just have to.
Steve's just looking at him like, we're going to challenge. Of course we're going to challenge that.
I think he's going like, really? Make
exactly.
me call challenge on this?
He's fed up with it. Ah, boy.
I don't know.
Again,
close.
I never have a great feel for these, but I would say that's a charge. I would say it was a little out of control.
The ruling of an offensive foul on the floor is being challenged.
And the defender had position. That would, again, this is just like the last one. I'd say it's like 55-45, that's the way I would go charge, though.
By the way, no surprise, this is the last game being played, even though we had 3 games start at the same time.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be?
San Antonio beat Portland 115-102 up in Portland. And Phoenix held off Sacramento. They win 112-100 after the Suns got off to a torrid start of that game. What was it, 41-16 at the end of one?
Yeah.
Even if you play well the rest of the night, it's hard to overcome.
It really is. And mentally, it's just demoralizing. You look at that, you're like, oh, we got a 10-0 run. Oh, we stood on 19.
And the Suns have won 12 games.
Now that's the most surprising
The call
thing.
on the floor is going to stand as the defender establishes a legal guarding position prior to the upper shooting motion.
Looked like he moved his left foot on the drive. But apparently that was enough.
They're not asking us.
Nope. And nor should they.
No, they should not.
2:47 time remaining, and this game slipping away from Golden State quickly. They're down 4. A stop will be in order here. Podziemski out, Richard in. Shepherd will put the ball into play. Holiday to walk it up. Shepherd's been fantastic. 28 points without a free throw. Holiday with a dribble. Bounce past Şengün. He'll turn and look. Şengün holds it. Hand off to Shepherd. They're going to blitz him at midcourt. Ball thrown to Şengün. Goes to the corner. Holiday with a dagger 3. No. Curry defensive rebound. Curry looks ahead. Holiday meets him at midcourt. Screen by Draymond. Curry gets Şengün, and now another defender. He's doubled. Finds Draymond. Hands it back to Curry. Straightens up. Fires. No good. And a rebound fought for Thompson and Moody ties him up for a jump ball.
Nice job by Moody.
Still 95-91, 2:11 to go. And even though I said the game is kind of slipping away, but it's certainly well within reach here. Just feels like it's.
Well, because 4 points seems bigger when it's so hard to score.
Yeah. Thompson wins the tip, gets it back to Şengün. And Shepherd played his college ball in Kentucky. Stops at midcourt. Butler guarding him. Holiday screen, so Shepherd gets Curry. Shepherd goes to work on Curry. Dribble drive down the lane. Up a layup, no good. Ball tipped out. Curry's got it. Curry to midcourt. Curry to the right sideline. Lost the ball, and it's knocked out of bounds off Curry, and it's going to be Houston ball.
Boy, this is not a game you see from Steph very often.
Curry says it can't be off me. And Şengün dove for the ball. It looked like Şengün knocked that ball out of bounds, but the Warriors don't have a challenge. And
it looked like it was off Steph.
Close, yeah.
But I couldn't tell. And the ref was right there.
He was right there.
Like
2 feet
away.
Yeah. So the Rockets have it. Şengün receives a bounce pass from Thompson. Big possession here. 96 seconds to go. Şengün backing down to the left box. Spins on Draymond, doubled. Throws it outside to Smith Jr. to Shepherd inside to Thompson. Goes up and scored it in one motion. Caught the ball, turned and laid it in before he came back down the floor. That's a big bucket for Houston.
And that was not an easy catch because that ball had some heat on it.
97-91. 6-point lead. Butler goes to work on Şengün. Hand off Curry. Back to Butler. Jimmy attacks. Pump fake. Two guys fly by and Butler lays it in. 4-point game. 73 seconds left.
You feel like they might be able to allow one more bucket. That's it. It'd be nice if they could shut him out from here on out, but maybe not even one.
Holiday. I don't think they can allow the Rockets to score.
You might be right.
Şengün left side. Fakes with a dribble. Back out to Holiday. They'll repost Şengün. Mid-post turns and shoots over Draymond from 15. Swish. That shot is hard to get to defend.
Well, you can't defend it. There's no way. 1 foot step back and he shoots it behind his head.
Curry looks like he might be limping a little bit. He's hacked by Holiday. Finally, they blow the whistle with a foul. Holiday had his hand in his back and was swiping at him. I don't know what he's complaining about.
Well, if you're Holiday, I have no idea what you're doing.
You don't.
I mean, you just let them make a shot. Don't foul them. Stop the clock and put one of the best free throw shooters in the game on the free throw line. Warriors can set their defense now.
The bad news for the Warriors is Curry looks like he's banged up.
Yeah, I think he might have gone through a screen and got kneed even before the play where he got rocked on the charge.
Slides home the free throw. So it's theoretically a two-possession game. One of them would have to be threes, but there's only 47.9 to go.
And if I'm the Rockets, this next possession, I'm going all the way down to the nub before I shoot it.
Absolutely. A 24-second shot clock violation is not the worst thing in the world for them.
No.
Thompson with the ball. Warriors put pressure on by Richard. Thompson dribbles it back out to Shepherd. Butler and Richard will chase. They're going to try to get the ball in his hands. Ball deflected and a foul.
That's not what you want.
My goodness.
I mean, that's just... I mean, you let him run 12 seconds off the shot clock, and then you reach in and foul.
Wasn't much of a foul, but it was just don't give him the reason to blow the whistle.
Yep.
Well, Will Richard has not made many rookie mistakes, but that's a big one right there. Shepherd misses the first free throw. Here comes Quentin Post in for Golden State. And they're going to wave him in. I get the feeling, well, let's see. We're going to get Moody off the floor. So that will give the Warriors a stretch 5 option.
Now, you'd like to get this shot up within the first 7 seconds of the shot clock, like get down and get it up.
Well, Steve Kerr's going to call his final timeout. 100-95, so maybe Post was just in there in case of a rebound. And treble in paradise for the Warriors tonight. They had a 14-point lead at the start of the second half. But since that point, you just feel the Rockets take control of this game.
Well, again, it comes down to volume. It comes down to shot attempts.
Yep.
Plus 20 in field goal attempts.
That's
20. I mean, look at it this way. You're out shooting them by 2%. Not a lot. You're both shooting, I mean, like crap, basically. 41.8 to 39.4. But you have 33 field goals. They have 39 field goals because of all the extra opportunities that you've given them. They made 11 threes. You made 11 threes, so they've caught up there. Yeah, that advantage that you had at halftime is gone. And it's just volume. They just keep, and it wears you out, too. You made the great point that it's just extra defense you got to play now.
Right.
Like, I would wonder, they don't really have time of possession in basketball like they do in football, but I wonder what the time of possession would be in this game, because it definitely wears you out physically, wears you out mentally too, to like play really good defense, and then I got to play defense for another 10, 12 seconds, and then a few times they got multiple offensive rebounds. They got to do it again. It just wears you out.
Well, they have 25 offensive rebounds for the Rockets, so you'd have to think that maybe 5 of them are automatic quick putbacks. So you're looking at easily extra between 100 and 200 seconds of defense you got to play.
Yeah. And this one's got to be quick.
Yep.
You don't want to let it get near the 24-second mark. You want to get it up, like I said, in the first. I'd like to get it up before the 30-second mark. So in the first 5 seconds, find a way to get it up.
Curry's in the locker room now. Podziemski's pass saved by Draymond was a bad pass, turnover, and the Rockets have it. Draymond fouls with 30.6 to go. Out of a timeout.
That was awful.
And Stephen Curry during the timeout was wincing. Talked to Dr. Rick Celebrini, and he headed to the locker room, which will make this loss even more bitter. 2 shots for Smith Jr., who's had a rough go on the line today. Hits the first. 3 of 5, now 4 of 6. And the Warriors will fall back to 500, barring anything incredible. They have no timeouts, 30.6 to go. Warriors in the second half shot 34%, 13 of 38 to the moment. Moody with the ball in the backcourt. Dribbles up on Thompson. Falls down. Pass to Draymond on the floor. Draymond picks it up in the dribble. Pass to Podziemski. Pump fake. Somebody's got to get a shot up here. Podziemski bounce pass Richard. Richard goes up. Pump fake goes up and scored it with Şengün on his back. Şengün gets the ball and is fouled by Butler with 14.7 to go. Warriors down by 5.
Well,
yes?
Well, I mean, you can't run your offense at that point.
No.
Someone's just got to get a shot up.
Get a shot up.
I mean, I don't care how quality it is. Now, it didn't help that Moody started the possession on his backside, kind of sliding away from the basket, and you had to kind of regroup. But, you know, it's not just about scoring there. You have to score to continue, but you have to score within a reasonable time frame to give yourselves a shot.
Şengün misses a free throw. When Brandon Podziemski had gotten fouled and inexplicably missed all 3 free throws. He's only counted for 2, though. Second free throw, Şengün, no good. Draymond up the floor to Richard. Richard pulls up. Doesn't take the shot. Draymond to Moody. Moody will shoot it with 7 seconds. It's good. It's a 3. It's a 2-point game with 5.8 to go. Rockets will throw it in here. They're not going to call a timeout. They've got 2 left. Now they do.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I was like, what are they doing?
I was shocked that they were going to try to inbound that. And Ime Udoka will most assuredly advance the ball to the front court. So it's 102 to 100 with 5.8 to go.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
There's a chance now, Tom.
I mean, steal or a miss. You got to hope for at least 1 missed free throw. The problem is you don't have a timeout to advance it. So I would suspect what they're going to do if they make at least 1. Now, if they miss both, all bets are off. They can't foul at that point. If they miss 1, they'll give you a couple dribbles and then foul you. If they feel like they play, I'm not sure how Udoka plays it. I haven't seen the Rockets enough in this situation if they go up 3. Most coaches like to foul in that situation, but along with not being able to advance the ball, that also hurts you because it gives the other team more opportunities to foul you before you get to shooting range.
Well, let's see. Yeah, the only thing you can really hope for here is either a steal on the inbounds, a violation of some kind, or an offensive foul before the ball gets thrown in.
Or maybe missed free throws.
Or missed free throws.
I mean, you get some missed free throws. That wouldn't hurt.
And then you got to hit something fantastic. So the odds are pretty high that you're not going to get this done. But you've given yourself a chance to do it. Şengün will throw it in near sideline. Draymond in front of him. Podziemski, Richard, Moody, and Butler. Curry's in the locker room. Şengün throws it in, and the Shepherd, and he's fouled immediately by Moody.
And as good a shooter as he is, people may be surprised. He's only a 70% free throw shooter.
0.4 went off the clock. Shepherd will walk up. Yeah, it just blows me away. These guys, they work so hard on the three-point shooting, but they can't make free throws.
He shoots 47 from 3, 70 from the free throw line.
Makes the first. This is the one he has to miss here. If he makes this game's over.
Yep.
103-100 Houston, 5.4 to go. Shepard trying to close this one out, and he does. He's had a great night. He will get our electrifying player of the game. 31 points career high, 9 rebounds. Podziemski will play quarterback, throws into Moody. Moody will bring it up. Somebody's got to get a shot up here. 2 seconds, pump fake. Shoots over Jabari Smith Jr. And the buzzer sounds, and the Warriors let one get away. Up 14 in the third. They lose 104-100 to the Houston Rockets. And right now, they're going to have to find a way to beat New Orleans and OKC to have a winning homestand. Şengün and Draymond battling all night long. They get a good hug there. They hug it out, Tom.
Couple rhinos going at it.
Yeah.
And Draymond's probably thankful that Adams wasn't in the game, too.
Oh, I know, because then there's no rest whatsoever on that. Electrifying player of the game brought to you by Toyota, class-leading MPG, and more hybrid miles than any other brand. Toyota, let's go places. Final score from Chase, Rockets 104, Warriors 100. The post-game show beckons on the 95.7 The Game Warriors Radio Network, presented by United Airlines.
Dub Nation, NBC Sports Bay Area is your home for complete Warriors coverage. Catch Steph and the squad all season long as Bob Fitzgerald and Kalina Azubuike call all the action. Tune in to Warriors pre- and post-game live, hosted by me, Vontae Hill, alongside NBA champ Festus Ezeli and Hall of Famer Chris Mullin. 1 hour before and immediately after every single game. Plus nonstop Warriors content with the NBC Sports Bay Area app. Authentic moments live here on NBC Sports Bay Area.
Kohl's Black Friday deals are here. Grab your coffee and put on your sneakers because it's go time. Through Saturday, save up to 50% on everything from toys to beauty faves, winter styles, and more. Plus, earn $15 Kohl's Cash for every $50 spent. Yep, that's extra Kohl's Cash. So run, don't walk. Just hold on tight to that coffee. Select styles, some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora. Offers end November 29th. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
Don't watch the game alone on your tiny screen. Ghostwood Kitchen is the ultimate destination for every major sporting event. They have huge screens, energetic atmosphere, and ice-cold craft beer. Their bar is ready to pour your favorite drink, and the menu is packed with delicious game day food perfect for sharing. Bring your team spirit, rally your friends, and catch every single moment with us at Ghostwood Kitchen, where the game is always on. And when the game is not on, we have the arcade to keep you going. Ghostwood Kitchen, 911 Main Street in Redwood City.
NBA fans, the race for the Emirates NBA Cup is on.
When the games begin,
30 teams will start, but only 8 will advance. And only one champion will capture the cup. To finish first, they'll have to put the pedal to the metal. Who will capture the cup? Well, let's see what happens on the court.
Basketball is back.
Emirates NBA Cup Group Play continues every Friday on Prime.
You've been listening to Golden State Warriors basketball.
The ball game's over.
Now, stay tuned for the Golden State Warriors post-game show
on the Golden State Warriors Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Brian Bakhtiari, Executive Manager of Stevens Creek Subaru. The holiday season is a time of giving, and for the 17th year in a row, Stevens Creek Subaru wants to give back. From now until January 2nd, get a great vehicle and support a great cause. Because with every new Subaru purchased or leased, Subaru and Stevens Creek Subaru are donating a minimum of $325 to charity during the 2025 Subaru Share the Love event happening now at Stevens Creek Subaru. And if that's not enough, buy or lease any new Subaru from Stevens Creek Subaru until December 31st and receive 2 Sierra at Tahoe season passes from Stevens Creek Subaru. So you get a great deal on a new Subaru, get 2 free season passes to Sierra at Tahoe, and help some great charities at the same time. It's a win-win-win at Stevens Creek Subaru. Located on Stevens Creek Boulevard near Santana Row and Valley Fair, or online at StevensCreekSubaru.com. StevensCreekSubaru.com. And remember, buckle up and drive safely.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and our best equipment included. Just 5 years of Wi-Fi that boosts speeds to the devices that need them most, that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, and that keeps you gaming in the fast lane. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
In sports, success is about team effort, and the same is true for your hair. At Great Clips, we save your haircut details in clip notes, so every member of the highly skilled team knows exactly how to create your signature look. And with our easy-to-use app, you can check in from anywhere and get a ready next text when you're up next for a cut. It's the confidence of a great haircut delivered by a team you trust. Download our app today. Great Clips. It's gonna be great.
This is the Golden State Warriors postgame show.
Oh, my goodness. Just ridiculous for Steph Curry.
The game might be over, but it's not time for night-night just yet.
Night-night. Brought to you by Cash Creek. Cash in at Cash Creek Casino Resort, where the good times never fade away. Visit CashCreek.com to learn about California's premier casino resort.
Final was 104-100. The Rockets get the win. Warriors tonight with 12 threes. That means $6,000 will be donated as part of the Hoops for Kids program. It's got to go to local organizations and kids that need it in the Bay Area. It's brought to you by Salesforce. Go to Warriors.com/kids for more info. We thank Salesforce and everybody connected with that as the Warriors and Salesforce trying to make the Bay Area an even better place to live. Don't forget, head coach Steve Kerr will have his post-game press conference. Brought to you by Kia, the official vehicle partner of the Golden State Warriors. That's on our post-game show, which will be on our flagship station, 95.7 The Game. Well, the Rockets took 17 more shots. They had 12 more offensive rebounds and 6 less turnovers. And that's pretty much the story of the game, along with Reed Sheppard. Career-high 31 points, career-high 25 shots taken. He was a player the Warriors just didn't guard well all night long.
No, he was really, really good from the perimeter early on. And then he got that little snake dribble going left and then coming back to the middle of the court right. Hit a few of those, got to the lane, got to the rim a couple of times. I think it surprised everybody. But, the story was the 41% of misses that the Rockets collected. Like, they just pounded the offensive glass. And you look at it and you go, well, yeah, but they didn't actually do anything with them. It was 17 points all in second chance points. But it's just the playing defense extra amount of time. Mentally having to, lock down again and try and get a stop. And then you do get a stop. And it's an offensive rebound. I mean, those things wear on you. Like I said, mentally and physically, they wear on you. And they just kept coming, and defensively they made it tough for the Warriors. I mean, the Warriors, by no stretch, were good offensively. They shot 43% and only shot 28% from three. And the Rockets, at the end of the game, caught up and passed the Warriors in free throw attempts, although they didn't even convert those. They were 15 for 24. It was just a culmination of beating you and laying on you and wearing on you and getting to the offensive glass and the physicality in which they play with. And that causes turnovers, where the Rockets only committed 10 turnovers, the Warriors 16, and for 22 points. So it was just, and this team's not even close to at full strength. I mean, they got Eason, Dorian Finney-Smith,
they didn't have Kevin Durant,
Adams, and Kevin Durant. I mean, so this is a really, really good basketball team, and they kind of found their niche, like the way they're going to play. They're just going to be long, athletic, big, physical, beat you up, and try to get to the glass and really wear you down. And that was the story before the game. We said this is going to be the key. Ended up being the key, and look, they could have done a lot more damage than they actually did, but they did enough to get the win.
Yep. And I think, the Warriors have to kind of, first and foremost, the scary thing there is that Curry got banged up. He had to go to the locker room, couldn't finish the game. And so now we have to wait for a report on him. And obviously there'll be no press availability tomorrow. So we might have to wait till Friday to find out what's going on with Steph Curry. And Warriors have a game Saturday they have to win against New Orleans. And then follow that up with a game against Oklahoma City before they go back on the road. So
Yeah, I mean, just kind of swimming around that 500. I mean, they're still trying to find themselves, I think, what they are. And it wasn't a lack of defense tonight. The defense was fine. Initially, the defense was fine. The point of attack defense was good. The closeouts were good. The effort was there. It's just the adventure started once the ball went up. Once the ball went up and hit the rim, that's where it got interesting. And again, I just thought the Rockets wore them down. I mean, it's hard to win a game when you're minus 17 in field goal attempts.
Yeah.
Just so many more opportunities that you're giving the team. And the Rockets didn't shoot well at all in any of the three categories, free throws, threes, or field goals. All of them were poor. But they just kept coming, kept beating you up. And, I mean, Amen Thompson was a monster on the glass tonight. He had 14, 10 of them defensive rebounds. Clint Capella was incredible. 8 offensive rebounds in 18 minutes is just insane production. Reed Shepherd, 9 rebounds. I mean, the guy is, 6'2", 6'1"? He's not that big, but that's their mentality. You can tell, that's Ime Udoka. That's being physical, being tough, having a little attitude, and everyone on that team, I guarantee you, everyone on that team is expected to rebound. When they watch film, if they're not rebounding, I would imagine they get called out. Because watching them play, everyone gets on the glass. Everyone's battling on the glass, and it's pretty impressive to see.
All right. Well, plans for Thanksgiving?
Plans for Thanksgiving. I already made my stuffing, and I'm going to smoke my turkey breast tomorrow, and then I'm going to sit there by myself and watch football and have Thanksgiving.
By yourself?
Yep.
Nobody's going to be at your house?
Nope, they're all in Vegas with my mom and brother.
Really?
We don't have the animals.
So, me and the animals, yeah. Me and the animals. They don't care about Thanksgiving or Plymouth Rock or any of that crap. Whatever.
Does the rabbit get nervous when you're home alone with it?
What does that mean? What? That sounded really weird.
I thought maybe.
I don't even want to contemplate what that means. No, the rabbit's super. I'm the one that takes care of the rabbit.
I know.
You kidding me? I'm the one that takes the rabbit outside and the one that brings the rabbit inside. If I'm not home, that's when the bunny's okay, who's letting me out? When I go out, is anybody going to bring me back in? If they don't, that's cool by me because I'll just dig all night. If I wouldn't have remembered to bring Bunny in today, Bunny would have been gone because Bunny was digging a hole and it's funny too because when I walk out there, Bunny's down there digging and then she hears me, she pokes her head out of the hole and looks at me. It's oh, he's here. I better hurry up. I got to get out of here. So I corralled her and put her up in her little cage and fed her and gave her water and everything. So.
All I think about when I hear you say that is Bugs Bunny going, I took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
That's what it looks like. It looks like. These holes are how do you dig that fast?
Oh.
It's absolutely incredible. So yeah,
That's cool.
I'll get up I'll get up for the football games, and that's my plan is to sit around and watch football, and probably around noon I will put the turkey in the smoker, probably done around 2:30. Like I said, I did the stuffing today because I don't want to have to do that tomorrow. And then one of the great things about the local market in Alameda, Encino Market, is they have au jus. Like if you get a prime rib, they have au jus there for you, but they also have gravy.
Ooh.
So it's I go, do you have gravy? And they're like, yeah, we have gravy. So I got a tub of gravy, a quart of gravy. So, because those are the 3 things I need for Thanksgiving. Everything else is optional.
Right.
But I got to have turkey, stuffing, gravy. After that, I'm good. You want to throw in some carrots or the bean casserole people love to do, or they'll gratin potatoes or sweet potatoes, mashed potato, whatever you want to do. Yeah, whatever. Even cranberry. I'm not a huge cranberry guy, but whatever you want to do is fine. But those 3 things to me, if you're missing one of those 3 things, and then what are we doing? Turkey, stuffing, gravy, boom, and that's what I got. I got turkey, stuffing, gravy, football. I'm by myself. Cleanup's going to be a breeze,
wow.
Tim. It's just going to be me cleaning up after myself. So, yes, I'm planning on having a nice, quiet football day.
You're having a Joe Flacco Thanksgiving, you know?
I'm having a Joe Flacco Thanksgiving. That's exactly what I'm doing. And much like Joe Flacco, I'm totally pumped.
Exactly.
I'm totally happy.
We have good friends in Advice over every year, and we go there. All I got to bring is a bottle of wine and a pie.
Nice.
And so they're very nice. And then we'll do our own little, family one tomorrow, rather Friday, and because the kids will be up from Zach and his wife from Sacramento.
Nice. Oh, I did get myself a berry pie, too.
Okay.
I didn't get they didn't have a pumpkin. They had a big pumpkin pie. I go, I don't want a big pie. I'm by myself. So I got a little pie. And the little pie options they had were all good. Cherry, apple, and then a berry one, which is a mixture of different berries. I go, I'm just going to go with the berry one. I could have went apple because I like apple pie too, but I went berry pie. But I didn't go pumpkin because it was too big. I was like, I'm not going to eat all that. It's just wasteful. I'm going to get a berry pie. So, yeah, and then I got a big enough turkey to where I got enough for myself, and if Walker and Elisa come over tomorrow, because they're still here, and Kai, they could have something, but I got enough for a turkey sandwich, too.
Matt Thomas has put a headset on. He's with us, the voice of the Houston Rockets.
How are you?
He's going home. He's going home for his Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Let me tell you something.
Very nice.
The last 2 times I've been in this building, we've won.
There you
I
go.
cannot tell you how good that feels. I'm sorry. I know, Warriors Nation, you're mad at me.
Is he on right now, or did you just turn him off? That's enough of
No,
that.
come on. I'm pleasant. I love you guys.
Now, you guys are
Holy
physical.
smokes.
That's a physical basketball
I thought
team.
the Amen-Curry confrontation took Steph. He's obviously not feeling good. He got beat up pretty bad. But he was human for the first time against. I haven't seen him shoot that poorly even before the injury.
Yeah, he struggled tonight. He just wasn't. He's just a little off, and it doesn't happen very often. Hold on, I'm cramping up. Okay, got it. I was about to fall out on both of you here. You guys don't want to have to help me out. No, but it's like I told Tim, I feel like this is like game 8 of the playoffs last year. It's like the same.
They played you 12 times.
It's the same.
That's not allowed by most NBA circles.
I go, it's the same game. Physical, kind of ugly, a little bit of a rock fight. Rockets have a whole bunch more shots. They don't make a lot of them, but they get a whole bunch more of them. And I was saying, boy, when you guys get Eason, Finney-Smith back,
yep.
KD obviously is coming back, and then Adams, who wasn't there tonight, this is going to be, I don't know, I mean, Kevin always gives you the ability to score offensively, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just great. And then Reed Shepard was
your shot,
fantastic
whatever you
tonight.
Reed Shepard. I mean,
But God,
wow.
well, I mean, because we do an electrifying player of the game, and he was it. For most of the game, it was going to be Clint Capella if you guys won. That guy was incredible.
Well,
8 offensive rebounds in 18 minutes.
We've been the best offensive rebounding team for a year and a half.
By a mile.
Yeah.
And you're historically going to be the best offensive
Yeah.
rebound.
Well, that's not even Adams on the floor tonight.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, no, it's a I think the Warriors have some work to do to get to even close to that level right now, but I don't think they're as far away as they seem to be at times.
Yeah.
I think it's a matter of cleaning some things up, but I was telling Matt before about Will Richard. I think he's just what a find he's been.
Yeah.
Well, I saw him last year in front of my own eyes in San Antonio for the national championship. So it's a sore subject, but
Cougar grad.
yeah.
Oh, you're a cute. Oh, okay. Very nice.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's good. I like him. I thought Moses Moody hustled a lot tonight with offensive rebounds. I thought it was really good. I don't know if I'm want Quentin Post shooting as much as he did tonight. It is what it is.
That's what he does, though.
Yeah.
If he's open, he's going to shoot it.
Yeah.
It's better than turning the ball over. So that's just kind of what he does. How much has it helped Reed Shepard? Or did they say something to Reed Shepard? Because I'm thinking from a player standpoint, Van Vliet goes down. It's like, okay, now I have no choice but to go out there and just play, and I can't worry about stuff and minutes and stuff like that. Because if Van Vliet's going to play, he could get 25 minutes, could get 12 minutes because you got Van Vliet. But now that he's not there, it's like, hey, go do it. And he looks so confident tonight.
Well, it's a man, it's a Reed, it's now even a little steady diet of Aaron Holiday, who never would have played it for Fred being around. The question was going to be, all right, Reed, you're going to get more playing time. Yeah. You're going to deserve it? You're going to play it? Or are the Rockets going to go kick the tires on a trade at the deadline? And, I don't think the Rockets want to do that. I think they want to see – look, he was number 3 pick in the draft last year. They loved him, guys. They loved him, and they knew that this was in him. He just wasn't seen much last year and didn't get in the rotation. But career high, second time in the last week, he's got a career high. And Look, it's volume tonight, but it was what he needed. And the thing I love about him is he's just not a catch-and-shoot three guy. Tom, you saw him. He was spending a lot of time inside 13, 12 feet and not afraid to go against anybody else in that low block.
Yeah. I don't even know so much about – I mean, you say volume, but he had more than a point per attempt. I mean, he was 31 points, 25 attempts. I just don't – he's probably not going to be a guy who gets to the free throw line a ton.
No.
Although the shocking part, Tim and I were saying this, how does the guy shoot 47% from three and 70 from the line? And it's not just him.
It's not just him.
We see that in the NBA all the time. It's like, how does that even happen?
Yeah.
It's like you would think if you're 47 from three, you'd be 87.
Correct.
Right? Minimum.
Right. Correct.
But I guess I don't know. There you go.
Have a safe flight.
Same. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thanksgiving, man.
What's your what are the must-have foods for Thanksgiving? Like there's optional foods, but what's must-have for Thanksgiving?
Stuffing or dressing, however you want to call it. Turkey, ham, a green bean casserole.
There you go.
The argument I have on my radio show, and people get so mad at me. I'm not a super big mac and cheese guy. I give mac and cheese the Thanksgiving off.
Yeah.
People yell at me and abuse me on Twitter over that, but
really
take a day off.
So you listed more than I listed. I just listed stuffing and
mashed potatoes,
turkey.
cranberry
I
sauce.
don't need all that.
Yeah.
I need gravy though.
Oh, for sure.
Gotta have gravy. Those three things: stuffing, turkey, gravy. I'm good, and beer.
I'm not a big gravy guy normally, but on Thanksgiving I want to have gravy.
Yeah,
I don't know why. But
I mean, in case somebody burns the bird, you got to have gravy.
Happy 30 years, by the way. I mean,
I know.
Seriously,
Isn't it incredible?
And that contest they had in the arena with his head moving around from section to section, that was a sight I'll never, ever forget.
I know, it's scary. Well, the only reason Fitz won because his head's bigger.
This is Warriors basketball.
I just thought that'd be a good joke.
Take home the celebrity edition.
That's never going to happen.
Look at that thing.
I can't unsee that thing.
I told him it's going to be great when he puts it in somebody's backyard.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that tomorrow. But I'm going to put it right.
It's like a scarecrow.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, my God.
All right, I'll see you guys a few more times.
Brother.
But like I said, we never come here and win. I'm just happy. I'm sorry. We just do. We've had so many terrible memories in either side of the bay. Terrible.
Well, you got a good one now.
We do. We're doing good. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy
Warriors.
Thanksgiving, man.
We'll see you. Happy Thanksgiving, Tom.
Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy.
Yeah.
And enjoy the family.
I will.
It should be a lot of fun. And I will enjoy my football and animals.
Man.
You know what I told Laura I was going to do? I was going to set up little plates for all the animals around the table and have them sit there and eat with me.
Take a picture.
I go, the bunny, I don't think I can pull that one off. She's not trained yet. But I get the cats, little turkey out there for the cats. Lou, of course, I don't know what I would do with Lou. Lou might step on the food, so I'm not sure I'm going to pull that one off.
All right.
So, everybody have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
All right, Tim.
That's Tom Tolbert. I'm Tim Roy. Let's get to your Kaiser Permanente scoreboard. Boston against Detroit Pistons have won 13 straight.
Dare Jaylen Brown to drive against Duren. He does. Down the right side. Gets in deep. Goes off the glass and in. Scoring the foul.
Jaylen Brown once again this season putting the Celtics on his shoulders.
32-10 for Jaylen Brown.
And the Celtics win by a count of 117-114 over Detroit. New York was meeting Charlotte tonight.
Ball switches on to him. Brunson down the lane, splits two defenders, comes up short. Hart grabs the rebound. Up top, McBride sets his feet, fires away, knocks it down. Deuce McBride, 3 for 3 from downtown.
He would finish with 19. Jalen Brunson with 33. New York 129. And the Charlotte Hornets 101. Miami and Milwaukee in a good battle.
Trincapella, left-hand dribble up top. It's to Tyler. He'll turn. He'll fire for 3. Nothing but net.
Tyler Hero, 29 points, 7 assists. Miami, 106. Milwaukee, 103. Eric Spoelstra, 800 wins with the Miami Heat. Toronto and Indiana.
Darko looked like he might call for time and doesn't. Pull-up jumper, B.I. near side. Bucket is good with 0.6 seconds to go. Notorious B.I. 3 with the mid-range jumper, and the Raptors take a 2-point lead with the game on the line.
Final was 97-95 thanks to that shot by Ingram. He had 26 points for the Raptors. They beat Indiana. The Raptors have won 14 games so far this year. Oklahoma City meeting Minnesota.
Timberwolves have it up in the front court. It's poked away from DiVincenzo. SGA races to the rim and lays it in. A turnover
at the game's biggest moment so far.
113-105, OKC with the victory. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, 40.6 rebounds and 6 assists on the night. Memphis Grizzlies and the New Orleans Pelicans went to overtime.
Jackson spins right, gets to the lane, it's blocked! It's blocked by Messi. They get it back and lob it up to Edey, who dunks it in.
21 points, 15 rebounds for Edey, as it was a 133-128 overtime victory for Memphis. We'll see New Orleans here at Chase Center, and that is going to come your way on Saturday night. San Antonio and Portland.
Fox using the Kelly screen. Picked up there by Avdia. Spots Olynyk rolling, and Kelly Olynyk lays it up and in for another Methodist Healthcare assist. 8th assist of the night for Fox. First field goal of the night for Olynyk. Spurs by 11.
Fox with 37 points, 8 assists. Spurs win 115-102 over Portland. Phoenix got off to a great start, 41-16 after one, and they roll to a 112-100 victory over the Sacramento Kings. Here at Chase Center, your final 104-100, the Rockets over the Warriors. R.C. Davis will come back and close out the postgame show after these words on the Warriors Radio Network, presented by United Airlines.
This holiday season, a little care goes a long way for your community and for your Toyota. Bring an unwrapped toy to a participating Toyota service center and help a child in need through the California Highway Patrol's Toy Drive. Chips for kids. And as our way of saying thanks, enjoy $20 off your next Toyota service, now through December 10th. Give joy, get joy, and keep the season shining bright. Exclusively at participating Toyota service centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota. Toyota and Scion owners only. Toy value must be at least $10. Some restrictions apply. See a participating dealer for details.
Hi, I'm Andy, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. As a product development manager, I make sure every piece of fine jewelry at Shane Company is meticulously designed for quality. From 14-karat gold chains, pearl necklaces, diamond studs, and of course, dream engagement rings. We know you can get your holiday gifts anywhere these days, but knowing your loved one's gift was crafted by master jewelers? It's a difference everyone can see and feel, no matter the price. All of our fine jewelry begins with a vision by our in-house designers. Then, we ensure each piece meets our high-quality standards every step of the way, including the smallest details. It's why our jewelry comes with our all-inclusive, free lifetime warranty that covers everything and doesn't cost a dime. At Shane Company, there's no shortcuts, just craftsmanship. Because a friend wants your fine jewelry to be nothing short of perfect. Come see for yourself. Visit us in-store or at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey, Dub Nation. If you're traveling to cheer on the Warriors this season, then the most important thing to pack is the United Airlines app. You can track your bags, change your flight or your seat, get a personalized map of the airport terminal, even talk to a live customer service agent. It's like having a travel agent in the palm of your hand for free. And yeah, that technically makes it a free agent. Download the United app and book your next trip today. United. Proud to be the official airline of the Golden State Warriors.
What's up, Dub Nation? Do you want to get cash back on Warriors gear? All you have to do is sign up at Rakuten.com/Warriors, where you can earn 10% cash back in store and online at Warriors Shop. Once you're a member, shop your favorite stores like Fanatics and Ticketmaster and watch the cash back add up in your account. Rakuten is the most rewarding way for you to shop and maximize your savings. Join Rakuten for free today at Rakuten.com/Warriors or download the Rakuten app. That's RAKUTEN.
Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. And we think about basketball a lot. The plays, the swagger, the glory, the games, and how we can elevate our own game with capability that takes us to another level and ground clearance that propels us even higher. The 3-row 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line all-wheel drive. Kia, official vehicle partner of the Golden State Warriors. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Welcome back to the Warriors postgame show.
Jackson Jr. cut off, knocked away by Butler. Butler's got the steal. He accelerates by Bade to the rim and dunks it. A two-hand slam.
On the Warriors Radio Network.
Warriors had a 14-point lead in the third quarter, but let the Rockets hang around and ultimately allowed the visitors to take control, losing by 4 and falling back to 500. Tonight, the Dubs had 18 free throws made, which means $9,000 will be donated to the Warriors Community Foundation, benefiting education-focused nonprofits in the Bay Area as part of the Free Throws for Futures program powered by the PG&E Corporation Foundation. Visit Warriors.com/free throws to learn more. Starters: Will Richard, 18 points, 2 steals. Jimmy Butler, 21 points and 2 steals. Draymond Green guarded Sengun all night long, had 12 points, 8 boards, and 8 assists. Moses Moody had 9 points and 7 rebounds. And before heading to the locker room with seconds remaining, Steph Curry had 14 points on 13 shots. Our NBC Sports Authentic Moment of the game from rookie Will Richard.
Draymond now passes to the corner. Moody there, doesn't shoot it. Shot clock at 3. Now he's got to go. He beats Sengun to the rim. No good. Rebound, Richard. Put back. Good! The Warriors are back on top. 89-88.
Warriors bench tonight. Gary Payton hurt his left ankle and did not return after just 5 minutes. Quentin Post had 12 points in 22 minutes. And after scoring a season-high 20 points, Buddy Hield shot 0 of 4 from the hardwood. Brandon Bajamski, 14 points on 6 of 11 shooting. Tonight, the Dubs had 1 dunk made, which means $2,500 will be donated by Rakuten to the Warriors Community Foundation. It's part of the Dunks for Donations program presented by Rakuten. So thank you, Rakuten, and go Warriors. 16 turnovers on the night, not awful. Warriors lost the rebounding battle by 6. We continue with the Warriors postgame show. Mark Grandy's standing by at our flagship station, 95.7 The Game, for your calls and texts.
15 years ago, PG&E launched Power Pathway, an education and job training program developed to increase the number of skilled workers in the energy industry. Since then, 85% of the graduates have been hired by PG&E or the construction utility industry, focusing on students in underserved communities, women, and military veterans. Power Pathway is helping the next generation of PG&E energy professionals build a better future for themselves and a clean energy future for California. To learn more, visit pge.com/powerpathway.
What's up, Dub Nation? Do you want to get cash back on Warriors gear? All you have to do is sign up at Rakuten.com/Warriors, where you can earn 10% cash back in store and online at Warriors Shop. Once you're a member, shop your favorite stores like Fanatics and Ticketmaster and watch the cash back add up in your account. Rakuten is the most rewarding way for you to shop and maximize your savings. Join Rakuten for free today at Rakuten.com/Warriors or download the Rakuten app. That's RAKUTEN.
Dub Nation, NBC Sports Bay Area is your home for complete Warriors coverage. Catch Steph and the squad all season long as Bob Fitzgerald and Kalina Azubuike call all the action. Tune in to Warriors pre- and post-game live, hosted by me, Bonte Hill, alongside NBA champ Festus Ezeli and Hall of Famer Chris Mullen. 1 hour before and immediately after every single game. Plus nonstop Warriors content with the NBC Sports Bay Area app. Authentic moments live here on NBC Sports Bay Area.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Thanks for showing up, Dub Nation. Nothing beats catching your Warriors live, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back. As the official ticket marketplace of the Warriors and the NBA, even if you're headed to the game last minute, Ticketmaster gets you to the game so you can experience all the sights, sounds, and styles in person. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Warriors tickets today at Ticketmaster. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com/Warriors. See you courtside again soon, Dub Nation.
No matter what you're eating during today's Warriors game, sharing a jar of Mazzetta makes it better. Just pop open that red cap to give your favorite snacks something extra, like crunchy jalapenos on nachos or zesty peppercini on sandwiches and sliders. It's just better. Mazzetta is a family-owned Bay Area company providing peppers, olives, pickled vegetables, and sauces since 1935. At Mazzetta, we say that when you share your food, you share a part of who you are. So grab your family and friends and share some unforgettable flavors with Mazzetta.
Dub Nation, this is Brandon Pajemski. Welcome back to the Warriors broadcast booth presented by DoorDash.
RCA is back with you briefly. Rockets were led by second-year guard Reed Shepard, 31 points, a career high. Amen Thompson, 10 points and 14 rebounds. A couple of days off for the Dubs for the holiday before hosting the Pelly Bells on Saturday evening. Good night from Chase Center. Rockets 104, Warriors 100. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Ready for your next adventure? Welcome to San Francisco International Airport, your getaway to the world. With over 130 domestic and international destinations, SFO offers seamless travel experiences, stunning art installations, and delicious dining options. Whether you're flying for business or pleasure, our state-of-the-art facilities make your journey smoother than ever. Don't forget to explore our unique shops and local flavors. Pack your bags and take off from San Francisco International Airport. SFO, your adventure awaits.
Kia is the official automotive partner of the NBA. And we think about basketball a lot. The plays, the swagger, the glory, the game. And how we can elevate our own game with capability that takes us to another level. And ground clearance that propels us even higher. The 3-row 2025 Kia Telluride X-Line all-wheel drive. Kia, official vehicle partner of the Golden State Warriors. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. Limited inventory available.
RingCentral's AI receptionist uses voice AI to answer on the first ring, so you'll never miss a call again. In just a few minutes, you can personalize your own AI receptionist to answer questions, route calls, schedule appointments, and even send texts in multiple languages. Plus, it's easy to scale. Create unlimited AI receptionists across any phone system. It's all powered by one reliable platform for effortless AI communications. See for yourself at ringcentral.com. RingCentral, voice of your business.
Hey, Dub Nation. If you're traveling to cheer on the Warriors this season, then the most important thing to pack is the United Airlines app. You can track your bags, change your flight or your seat, get a personalized map of the airport terminal, even talk to a live customer service agent. It's like having a travel agent in the palm of your hand for free. And yeah, that technically makes it a free agent. Download the United app and book your next trip today. United, proud to be the official airline of the Golden State Warriors.
15 years ago, PG&E launched Power Pathway, an education and job training program developed to increase the number of skilled workers in the energy industry. Since then, 85% of the graduates have been hired by PG&E or the construction utility industry, focusing on students in underserved communities, women, and military veterans. Power Pathway is helping the next generation of PG&E energy professionals build a better future for themselves and a clean energy future for California. To learn more, visit pge.com/powerpathway.
What's up, Dub Nation? Do you want to get cash back on Warriors gear? All you have to do is sign up at Rakuten.com/Warriors, where you can earn 10% cash back in store and online at Warriors Shop. Once you're a member, shop your favorite stores like Fanatics and Ticketmaster and watch the cash back add up in your account. Rakuten is the most rewarding way for you to shop and maximize your savings. Join Rakuten for free today at Rakuten.com/Warriors or download the Rakuten app. That's RAKUTEN.
Make pet care stress-free with PetMeds, the official partner of the Golden State Warriors. As a trusted national online pharmacy for over 29 years, PetMeds is licensed in all 50 states to support your pet's wellness. We offer a comprehensive range of health solutions for every stage of life, from prescription medications to nutrition and supplements. Visit PetMeds.com and use promo code WARRIORS for 30% off your entire order. PetMeds, empowering you to help your pets live longer, healthier lives.
The Curry pump fake, flyby, three ball.
You've been listening to Golden State Warriors basketball on the Warriors Radio Network. Presented by United Airlines. For tickets, visit Warriors.com or call 888-GSW-WHO.
Don't you wish you were here?
This Odyssey Sports broadcast has been brought to you by Geico. Switch and save. Get more with Geico.
The lights are out.
Curry gets it. The lights go out.
The game is over. And we're here to pick up the pieces. This is Warriors Wrap-Up on 95.7 The Game.
Moody will bring it up. Somebody's got to get a shot at here. 2 seconds. Pump fake. Shoots over Jabari Smith Jr. And the buzzer sounds, and the Warriors let one get away. Up 14 in the third. They lose 104-100 to the Houston Rockets. And right now, they're going to have to find a way to beat New Orleans and OKC to have a winning homestand.
Yeah, that was not great from the Warriors on this Wednesday night, the eve before Thanksgiving. Warriors fall to the Rockets 104-100 here at Chase Center. Warriors' second loss at Chase this season. They're now 6-2 here at home on the season, and they fall back to 500 20 games into the season at 10-10. We're nearly a quarter through the season, and the Warriors are a 500 basketball team right now, and they might have lost Steph Curry. We don't yet know the extent of the injury. It was on a fourth quarter play where he was originally called for drawing a charge against Amen Thompson. It was a pretty physical play. It was challenged by the Rockets. They won the challenge. It was overturned. He got up and clearly was in some discomfort in that moment, stayed in, kept playing for a handful more minutes, eventually subbed out with 35 seconds left. The Warriors not completely done with, but it felt like the game was pretty much over at that point as Curry had a long talk with Dr. Rick Celebrini on the Warriors bench during a timeout, and kind of then slowly labored off the court, down the tunnel, and into the locker room. Just listen to Steve Kerr speak postgame, and we will hear that coming up in just a little bit. Steve Kerr said that he has a right quad contusion, and he will get an MRI. So that is what's upcoming. Steve Kerr did not know when the MRI would be. Whenever, of course, it happens, we'll keep you updated on 95.7 The Game. That's the bad to worse. The Warriors lose, and they also might have lost Steph Curry. I will say the fact that it is a quad contusion, that is much better news than, say, he tweaked an ankle or he twisted a knee or something like that. A quad contusion, which is just essentially like a bruise, a bad bruise, that is not comfortable, and it might cost him a couple of games. We'll see. I'm purely speculating. Just in terms of avoiding the big injury, it does feel like the Warriors avoided the big injury, but we shall see how this plays out. Welcome in. It's Warriors Wrap-Up on 95.7 The Game. Mark Randy with you live from Chase Center as the Dubs lose 104-100. Thought they played a decent game for the first half of this basketball game. At halftime, they led by 12. They had a really big run at the end of the first half after the game was kind of back and forth for the second quarter. Warriors got off to a really good start. They had a decent lead pretty early. They were up 14-6. They were up 20-11. They could not miss early. They made their first 4 3-pointers, their first 5 shots from the field, and it was all but Steph Curry. I mean, the first 18 points the Warriors scored was everybody but Steph that played and had scored. His first bucket came when the Warriors scored their 19th and 20th points. And that was kind of the story of the game because Steph had a struggle offensively in this one. And this is a Houston team that is really good defensively, specifically with Amen Thompson, but they can put a lot of length and athleticism on Steph Curry. Steph in this game only scored 14 points, was 4 for 13 from the field, 2 for 9 from downtown, and he turned the ball over 7 times. The Warriors turned the ball over 16 times in this game. 11 of them were from Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Steph, 7 turnovers, Draymond 4. And a lot of the turnovers for Steph were ones that are just totally uncharacteristic of who he has been in his entire career. He will have, if you've watched Steph long enough, you know that he will have that turnover that kind of leaves you scratching your head at times, a bad decision on a pass or what have you. There was a couple where he just lost the handle of the basketball and tried to dive on the floor for it and ultimately couldn't get it. There was a a close out-of-bounds call, whether it was off of Steph or off of Şengün. That wasn't really because of defensive pressure. It was just Steph trying to dribble move, and he lost the ball briefly. Then there's a fight for the basketball, and it goes out of bounds off of Steph. It kind of was the story of this game. Simply put, a rough Steph Curry game, and to add insult to injury, he suffers a right quad contusion late in the game as well, and ultimately has to leave the game with 35 seconds left. He was clearly in discomfort on the bench, had a long conversation with Dr. Rick Celebrini, and then eventually walked off the floor, down the tunnel, into the locker room. And again, the update from the Warriors is right quad contusion, and he is due to get an MRI. They didn't put any timeline on it. They didn't say day to day. They didn't say out a week. They didn't say anything. Just going to be due an MRI, and then we'll get some kind of timeline from that once the results of that MRI is known. But even with Steph's clunker offensively, the Warriors had every chance to win this basketball game. They were up 9 again early. They could not miss. They were off to a blazing start offensively, and then they just could not do much of anything offensively, particularly in the second half. Let's look at this half by half, because the Warriors in the first half, I thought, played a pretty good basketball game. They outscored the Rockets by 12. It was 59-47 after the first 2 quarters. The Warriors were just a tick under 50% from the field. They shot 49% from the field. The Rockets shot about 40% from the field. The Warriors shot 45% from deep. They made 10 threes to Houston's just 6 threes. They turned the ball over 8 times, which is a little high for the Warriors' liking, but the Rockets were right there with them with 6 turnovers. Not a gigantic edge for Houston. Points off of turnovers were only 12-10 in favor of Houston in that first half. And even with some of the rebounding numbers in favor of Houston, the Warriors still led by 12. In the first half, Houston had 14 offensive rebounds, which led to 15 second chance points. That is a big number, yet the Warriors had a double-digit 12-point lead. So what changed in the second half? Well, the Warriors' offense left them. Now, give Houston credit. They played really good defensively, and they are a very good defensive team. Even down Kevin Durant and down Steven Adams, they're still a quality defensive team. The Warriors in the second half scored just 41 points. They were 15 for 41 from the field. That's a tick under 37%, 36.6% to be exact. They made just 2 of their 21 threes, and they turned the ball over 8 more times. Consistency on the turnover spot for the Warriors, 8 turnovers in the first half, 8 turnovers in the second half, but it was the quality of shots offensively, and it was, we can also be honest, some Warriors missing open shots. It was Buddy Hield missing open shots. It was Quentin Post at times missing open shots, and it was Steph Curry missing shots that he normally makes. Buddy Hield in this game was an 0 for. He played 15 minutes and did not score. 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 3 from downtown. Quentin Post got up 11 shots, 6 were threes, made just 1 of his 6 threes. And I'd have to go through and watch the game again and chart the Quentin Post threes. I would venture to guess 3, if not 4, of those 5 missed threes were wide open threes that he would probably tell you he has to make. So the Warriors at times were getting some quality looks. They weren't going, but the frequency with which they were getting those open looks certainly decreased in the second half. And the Warriors, they were not bad defensively in the second half. In terms of forcing misses, I mean, Houston only shot 39% in the second half. 39% of the second half, they were barely better than that in the first half. The Warriors' defense largely stayed the same from one half to the other. Now, Houston did ultimately score 57 points in the second half after only 47 in the first half, but a lot of that is because of the free throw line. They had 20 free throw attempts in the second half, only 24 over the game. So 4 free throws in the first half, 20 in the second half, and a big part of that was the Warriors did play the foul game down the stretch, which adds both to the free throw and the point total, of course. And then the other thing is the offensive rebounds. That is what really killed the Warriors in this game. I think the number that tells the story is the offensive rebounds. Houston came into this game just about grabbing 40% of their misses. And what that means is when Houston's on offense, they shoot a shot. It goes in great, but if it misses, 40% of the time when their shots miss, they grab the offensive rebound. That is a cheat code. It is no team has grabbed that percent of their misses in NBA history over the course of an entire season. If they keep that up, they're going to blow out the NBA record. And tonight, they missed 60 shots. They were 39 for 99 from the field. They missed 60 shots, but they grabbed 25 offensive rebounds. That is nearly 42% of their misses they grabbed. 41.7% of their misses they grabbed the offensive rebound for. That's a cheat code. You do not have to shoot a high percentage in order to take advantage of that, and that played out tonight. The Warriors made 35 field goal attempts. They only got 82. They made 35 field goals. They only put up 82. The Warriors were 35 for 82 from the field. The Rockets made 39, but they attempted 99. They got 17 more shots up than the Warriors did, despite the fact that they shot a worse percentage by a little more than 3 percentage points. Doesn't matter, because if you just get that much of an advantage on field goal attempts, you're going to make more, and you're likely going to win that basketball game, and that's what happened. Not the only way you do it. You also do it by winning the turnover battle, and that's also what Houston did. 10 turnovers in this game to the Warriors 16. Points off turnovers were also in favor of Houston, 22-15. And second chance points, believe it or not, were actually even, 17-17. So the second chance points weren't terrible, but just all those extra possessions that you give Houston over the course of the game, it's going to result in those extra 17 field goal attempts, and eventually that's going to come back to bite you, which is what happened in this game. The Warriors had every chance to win this one, but they just could not get enough done offensively, and they could not grab a defensive rebound when they needed to, and they could not avoid fouling Houston in the second half as well. This one stings because this is a good basketball team, not at full strength. No Kevin Durant and no Steven Adams, but this absolutely was a winnable basketball game, and the Warriors are beginning to make a little bit of a habit of losing winnable basketball games. If you want to weigh in, shoot me a text, give me a call, 888-957-9570. If you want to weigh in, again, that's 888-957-9570. I have up our Boxer and Gerson work injury attorneys text line. Again, 888-957-9570. I see the 510. The 415, let's see, the 925 chiming in on the YouTube chat as well, youtube.com/957 The Game. Everything we do there powered by First NorCal Credit Union. Let's see, I see a Jeff, I see a Stan, I see a Empire, Riptide, let's see, Drum Committee, UC Fanatic, a few others, JFA. Keep the comments coming. Arnell, I see you. Empire, I don't remember if I shouted you out yet. Appreciate all the chats coming in on YouTube as well. This was a game where if you want to look at it from the glass half full perspective, I think the way to do it is the Warriors could have beaten a really good basketball team when Steph put up one of the worst performances we've seen from him in a while. It wasn't just that he wasn't making shots that he normally does. It was, again, those 7 turnovers. He scored just 14 points. It took him 13 field goal attempts to do that. 4 for 13 from the field, 2 for 9 from downtown. Did have 7 rebounds and 5 assists. But he turned the ball over 7 times, and that's just simply too many. And a number of them led to buckets on the other end. There were so many mini runs in this basketball game where the Warriors had a chance to either continue a run of their own or get a big bucket to cut into the deficit or build the deficit up to 10 or 12, but a turnover kind of halted their momentum, resulted in a Houston bucket, and then another turnover. Back-to-back turnovers led to another Houston bucket. Then suddenly, instead of you having some momentum, it's a 5-0 Houston run. They're up and running. The Warriors call timeout. Momentum has shifted, and that happened 3 or 4 or 5 different times over the course of this basketball game. Who were positives for the Warriors in this one? I thought that Will Richard had himself one of his best games as a professional. Will Richard might have been the Warriors' best player today. Jimmy Butler was really good in this game. Jimmy Butler scored 21 points to lead the way for the Warriors on 11 shots, got to the line 7 times and made all of them. 5 rebounds, 5 assists, a couple of steals, had the ball in his hands often, did not turn the ball over once. I thought Jimmy Butler was good in this game, but Will Richard changed the game multiple times just purely based on his hustle. There was this moment at the end of the first half where I think Will Richard single-handedly changed the game. It was a 1-point Warrior lead. Actually, pardon me, it was a 3-point Warrior lead, 47-44, with a little more than 2 minutes left in the first half. Podziemski misses a 3, and Will Richard grabs the offensive rebound. In like the fight for that offensive rebound and then like the ensuing Will Richard shot attempt, Amen Thompson fouls him, and it was reviewed and upgraded from a common foul to a flagrant foul. So Will Richard, because of his effort on the offensive glass, drew a flagrant foul, made both free throws. As a result of the flagrant foul, the Warriors got the free throws and the ball, and Will Richard then made a corner 3 on the ensuing possession. That was a 5-point Warriors possession, all Will Richard, that took them from up 3 to up 8 over the course of just a couple of seconds. They later would draw an offensive foul on Alperen Şengün, and then Steph made a three-pointer, one of his 2 3-point makes on the game. Warriors go up by 11 at that point with a minute left. It ultimately turns into a 12-3 run to end the first half, and the Warriors, who were up by 3, were kind of clinging to that lead. The tide kind of turned in that middle part of the second quarter when the Warriors' offense was really struggling. Then they just went on a burst, 12 points in 2 minutes, sparked by Will Richard. And that pushed the lead to 12 at halftime, and that kind of continued into the third quarter as well, and it was Will Richard again. Another offensive rebound and a putback. Then he hit a fadeaway from the free throw line to beat the shot clock buzzer and gave the Warriors their largest lead of the game at 14 at that point. It was 63-49, 10 to go in the third quarter, and then from that point on, the Warriors' offense was nowhere to be seen at that point. I thought Will Richard had a phenomenal impact on this basketball game once again, and it's a shame the Warriors wasted that effort because he was really, really good. He scored 18 points. He had 6 rebounds. 3 of them were offensive. All 3 of his offensive rebounds led to points, by the way. He had another offensive rebound and a putback in the fourth quarter, in a clutch moment in the fourth quarter. All of his offensive rebounds led to second chance points. That's part of the reason why, despite the rebounding edge in favor of Houston, the second chance points were actually even, believe it or not. The Rockets 25 offensive rebounds, the Warriors double, 13, so essentially double the offensive rebounds in favor of Houston, but the second chance points were 17-17. So the Warriors were more efficient on their second chances than Houston was, and a big part of that was because the 3 offensive boards that Richard grabbed, he scored on all of them. And that first offensive rebound with the flagrant foul on Amen Thompson also led to the 3-pointer on that same possession. I don't know if in the official scorebook that goes down as 5 second chance points. Honestly, I think it should, because that 3-pointer does not happen if Will Richard does not get the offensive rebound, but it might not. Regardless, though, the effort from Will Richard was there the entire game. He and Jimmy Butler, I think, were the Warriors' best players all game long in this one. There's no doubt about that. The bad news is there wasn't a lot else on the offensive end. The Warriors defensively, I thought, were pretty good. Reed Sheppard, the second-year guard from Kentucky, really hurt them. He had a career-high 31 points. After kind of a slow start to begin this season, he's really come along of late. He was thrust into a starting job in a really important role on this team when Fred VanVleet went down late in the offseason with a season-ending ACL injury. The Rockets kind of were left with no choice but to not hand the franchise over to Reed Sheppard, but hand a big responsibility over to Reed Sheppard. And you could tell he was a little hesitant early in the season, but he's been a lot better of late, and I didn't have him scoring 31 in this game today, but I was not shocked to see him have a big role. He was very shot happy in the first half and really throughout the game. I mean, he put up 25 shot attempts, but I swear he must have shot every possession down early in this basketball game. He ultimately puts up 25 shots, makes 12 of them, goes 4 for 12 from the field, has 9 rebounds, 5 assists to go with a career-high 31 points. I think a big part of this game as well was GP2 going down. GP2 left in the first half. It looked like it is an ankle injury. According to the Warriors, he rolled his ankle. And he's day to day. We'll see where it goes from here for GP2. Reed Sheppard got off to a good start, and it was while GP2 was on the bench. GP2 then came in and guarded him for a stretch in the second quarter. That's kind of when Reed Sheppard was putting shots up, but he wasn't getting them to go. And then GP2 went down, and Reed Sheppard kind of controlled the second half in this one ultimately. I mean, in the second half, what was Reed Sheppard in this basketball game? He was 6 for 12 from the field for 16 points, along with 5 rebounds and 3 assists. That is a hell of a half of basketball, and he was a plus 16 in the 19 second-half minutes that he played. It's another case, I think, for the Warriors of a quick ball-handling guard that really hurts them. We've seen it time and time again. And it's why the GP2 injury, I think, impacted Reed Sheppard. And we're going to hear from Steve Kerr coming up in a little bit here on Warriors Wrap-Up. I was able to sit in on his post-game presser, and I asked him about Reed Sheppard. Specifically, I wanted to know whether GP2's injury impacted Reed Sheppard's production offensively. And you're going to hear Steve Kerr's answer in a little bit. But Steve essentially said, the GP2 injury hurt, but don't want to take anything away from Reed Sheppard. He was awesome in this game, and that's absolutely true. But on the Warriors team right now, that is so lacking perimeter defense. You lose GP2, and maybe you feel like GP2 shouldn't be a part of the rotation. I think largely he's been pretty good for the Warriors. Now, you got to temper your expectations offensively, where you're getting from him as a scorer. It's never going to be amazing in that regard, but considering the Warriors' other options as a point of attack defenders, GP2 is one of the best the Warriors have on this roster. Steve Kerr has said publicly he thinks Moses Moody is that guy. And he might be one of the Warriors' best. Not might, he is currently. I think that has less to do with Moses' ability and more to do just with the relative lack of perimeter defenders the Warriors have. Moses is not a bad defender by any stretch. I'm not saying that. I just think Moses Moody does not have really the lateral quickness that it takes to stick with a lot of these quick guards. And much like Ryan Rollins did in Milwaukee, much like Quentin Jackson did in Indiana, much like, and Denny Avdia doesn't really fit the smaller, quicker guard prototype, but still a ball handler who can drive past your perimeter defenders. Denny Avdia did that all week or all game long last week when the Blazers were in town. The Warriors don't really have a good perimeter defender, a guy that you can say, all right, I'm going to take this guy one-on-one. He's got the ball. He's trying to take me off the dribble. I can stop him. Or at the very least, I can funnel him to a good part of the floor defensively. That has not happened consistently for the Warriors. It's why the ensuing or the potential return of DeAnthony Melton relatively soon is going to be huge for the Warriors. Because, Melton isn't an all-defense type, and we'll see what his lateral quickness is when he comes back from the ACL surgery, which is a question. You don't expect him to just immediately be anywhere near what he was in the past, and he's had a lot of injuries in his career, so that's also a major concern. But again, I think it has less to do with maybe an individual's prowess at that certain skill and more to do just, he's probably better than almost everybody else the Warriors have in that spot. Because it's no knock on who Steph has been in his career. Defense has never been his strong suit. Now, that's not saying that much because offense is by far his strong suit. He might be the best offensive player to ever play the game of basketball. That's how good he's been. So defense has never been his calling card. I think generally he's been a little disrespected, a little underrated defensively, but he's not a guy that's going to stay in front of ball handlers consistently. Podziemski is certainly not that either, at least not right now. I don't think he has that skill set in him. I personally don't think Moses Moody is your best point-of-attack defender either. It's not Buddy Hield, despite the effort that Buddy Hield shows defensively most nights. Kind of by process of elimination, it's going to be DeAnthony Melton. I do think this is where Jonathan Kuminga's absence hurts the Warriors as well. I'm not going to mistake Jonathan Kuminga for an all-defense caliber player either. I think he has potential to be a very good defender, and we've seen it in spurts. The issue for Kuminga is I think he tends to maybe lose himself a little bit on the defensive end, especially if it's not going well for him offensively. But there's no doubt, just in terms of athletic gifts, who do you think might be the best Warrior when tasked with trying to stay in front of a quick ball handler? I mean, I think it's Jonathan Kuminga, more so because of just what his athleticism is, as opposed to, well, I've seen him do it over and over and over again. If I just have to bet on somebody who can physically stay in front of someone like Reed Sheppard, I might say Kuminga by process of elimination. So I think the Warriors have really missed Kuminga. Now, I say that with an asterisk because it's got to be good Kuminga, and we've seen good Kuminga this year. We've seen bad Kuminga this year. It's got to be good Kuminga. But the Warriors have absolutely missed that good Kuminga. He would have made a big difference. He would have made a big difference over the Warriors' last 5 games. They're 1-4 in their last 5. And actually, now that I just say that out loud, this is a really weird stretch, a really weird first 20 games for the Warriors. You break their first 20 games down into 5-game increments. They've played 4 separate 5-game increments, right? 4-1 to begin in their first 5-game increment. Their second 5-game increment, 1-4. Their third 5-game increment, 4-1. Their fourth 5-game increment, now 1-4. They've gone 4-1, 1-4, 4-1, 1-4. A strange way to get to 500 at 10-10, but that's where the Warriors are. I think the one guy that I did not mention as a potential point-of-attack defender, we need to see more of it, and he has the ability, I think, athletically, and also he's young. It is Will Richard. Will Richard is a plus defender. I think we've got to see it a little bit more often. Does not mean that he does not get beat, but Will Richard is a guy that can potentially stay in front of those kind of quick ball handlers. But that is a big issue for the Warriors, and I also think that leads to the defensive rebounding issues. Not that I don't know. Maybe there's a lot of people out there that disagree. The Warriors were a really good rebounding team last year despite their relative lack of size. And really the only rebounder they lost, really one of the only players that they lost, was Kevon Looney. Looney, a great rebounder for his size, no doubt. But it's not as if he was playing 30 minutes a night either. And there were times where he was hardly playing at all. I do think the Warriors should be a decent rebounding team once again this season, especially when they're healthy with, Draymond and Kuminga and Horford. I think part of the reason why the defensive rebounding issues have been prevalent, specifically I'm talking about the Portland game last Friday and tonight, well, one, Houston is the best in the world at that. They rebound 40% of their misses, which is an otherworldly number. That is an incredible percentage. They're great at it. Portland, not bad. They're a large team with Klingon and some others, and an athletic team with Toumani Camara and Shaedon Sharpe, although he did not play on Friday. They can go and get some boards too. But I think if you're the Warriors, you don't just want to react to the result. You're trying to find the cause. You don't want to just try to put a Band-Aid on the issue, but find out that's not really what's causing the issue in the first place. I think part of the reason why the Warriors have had trouble rebounding the basketball is because of their point-of-attack defense. Because what happens is if you can't stay in front of anybody on the perimeter, say tonight, Reed Sheppard drives by Podziemski, for example, which happened multiple times. I don't mean to pick on Podziemski. It happened to Steph Curry. It happened to Moses Moody. He's driving by dudes. Denny Avdija was driving by everybody that guarded him last Friday when the Blazers were in town. Let's just say Reed Sheppard drives past Pods, right? And he gets into the paint. Then the Warriors defenders down low, let's just say it's Draymond. Draymond has a decision to make. It's also Quentin Post. They have decisions to make. All right. Am I going to come off my guy, Şengün, or Capella, or whoever it is, and stop the drive? The answer is yes. You're trying to take away a layup. That's what you should do. Or make it, force him into a floater, or a little 10-foot jumper. Anything but giving up a layup. So, when Sheppard drives past his defender, Draymond comes out to help. Reed Sheppard shoots the shot anyway. Draymond forced the miss. He missed it. But then what happens? Draymond came off of Şengün or Post came off of Capella, and then there's nobody there to box out the big. Or there is somebody. The way that it happens is you rotate, right? Draymond steps up, leaves his guy to go and defend the drive. Then who's ever, in the corner, whether it's Buddy Hield or Will Richard or Steph or whoever, then rotates down and tries to box out the guy that Draymond left. Well, that's a mismatch. You can't ask Will Richard to try to box out Clint Capella or Alperen Şengün. I mean, you can, but you're going to lose that battle 9 times out of 10, and that's what happens. So, if you just play it straight up, if you don't need Draymond to help off of his man and he can stay plastered to Clint Capella or Şengün or whoever it is, yeah, I'm taking Draymond to win that battle because he has inside position, and while Şengün has a gigantic wingspan and certainly has Draymond beat in terms of height, Draymond is a strong enough guy down low to box him out and grab the rebound, or at the very least, just box out Şengün and allow somebody else on the Warriors to grab the rebound. So I think the defensive rebounding issues, it is, would more size help? Absolutely it would. But this is also, I think, a defensive issue in terms of keeping guys in front because therefore you can allow Draymond and Quentin Post and others to stay on their man and you get a cleaner box out and you grab more rebounds that way. Clint Capella on Quentin Post was an absolute mismatch in this game, and it only gets heightened when Post has to help off and go stop a driver. Clint Capella in this game played 18 minutes. 18 minutes for Clint Capella, and he grabbed 12 rebounds. 8 of them were offensive boards. 8 of them were offensive boards. He dominated, and a lot of that was against Quentin Post, but it was, he's not discriminatory. He's beating everybody for offensive rebounds. Let's put it that way. He had 8 offensive boards. For example, or for comparison's sake, the Warriors team leader on rebounds, Draymond Green, had 8. As a whole, that's offensive and defensive boards. Clint Capella had 8 offensive rebounds alone. And by the way, if you were listening to Warriors Live, you heard me say Draymond's over on rebounds. That one cashed relatively cleanly with 8 total, but it was not enough. The Warriors still got absolutely trounced on the offensive glass. Out-rebounded in total by just 6. But 28 defensive boards for Houston, 25 offensive boards for Houston. Hard to win a basketball game when you're giving that team, or any team, that many more second chance points. Wow. There was also, despite all of this, I spent so much time talking about kind of the larger things in this game and what is hurting the Warriors. I also think we got to talk about what happened down the stretch. Because the Warriors were in this game. It was a tie basketball game in clutch time down the stretch, yet the Warriors lost this one. And there was a number of sequences that went into it, and we'll get into that when we come back. Because there's a lot to dive into there. Plus, we're going to hear from Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr talked about Steph Curry's injury and a whole lot more, and everything going on with his Warrior team right now. So we will do that when we come back, plus time for your calls and your texts at 888-957-9570. Let's go to break. We'll come back, continue to break this one down. It's Wednesday evening, Thanksgiving Eve. Thanks for being with me here on Warriors Wrap-Up on 95.7 The Game. Mark Randy with you. The Dubs lose 104-100. They're back to 500 at 10-10, nearly exactly a quarter into the 2025-26 season. Time for a break. When we come back, Steve Kerr and more. It's Warriors Wrap-Up. Mark Randy with you live from Chase on 95.7 The Game.
It's always been my dream for my kids to go to college and have better opportunities. But let's be honest, everything feels more expensive these days. That's why I'm so glad I found Cal Kids. It's a state program that provides a scholarship of up to $1,500 for most California children. All they had to do was visit calkids.org and see if they have one. Thanks to Cal Kids, I finally feel hopeful about their future.
Claim their future. Visit calkids.org today to see if they have a scholarship now. Restrictions apply.
It's here, the Omaha Steak Cyber Sale. And there's no better time to score big savings on unforgettable gifts. USDA certified tender steaks, beefy burgers, premium air-chilled chicken, and so much more. There's something for everyone on your list. Don't wait. Shop now to save 50% site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages at omahasteaks.com. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. Hurry, sale ends December 2nd. Terms apply. See site for details.
Big deal brands are on sale right now at Designer Shoe Warehouse. Save up to 25% on select styles from the brands on everyone's list, like Nike, Adidas, New Balance, Crocs, Reebok, and more. Because the only thing we love more than dropping a name is dropping a price. You don't want to miss this one. These brands are almost never on sale. So shop the DSW Holiday Name Drop Sale today at your DSW store or DSW.com.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Every holiday shopper's got a list, but Ross shoppers, you've got a mission. Like a gift run that turns into a disco snow globe, throw pillows, and PJs for the whole family, dog included. At Ross, holiday magic isn't about spending more, it's about giving more for less. Ross, work your magic.
The year-end clearance sale is going on now at your helpful Honda dealers. Honda cars, SUVs, and trucks are on clearance during Happy Honda Days. Save thousands on a new Honda today with 0.99% financing. 2025 Accords, Pilots, and Ridgelines are on clearance. Plus, see big savings on the full Honda line, like financing as low as 0.99% APR on a new 2025 Ridgeline. Don't miss Happy Honda Days. Search your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval. Offer ends 1/5/26.
Every Nissan Frontier is battle-tested. Its frame is twisted. Its door slammed 13,920 times. And its bed drop-tested over and over. We do all that to the V6-powered Frontier, so you never have to hold back. Nissan, ranked #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
It's here, the Omaha Steak Cyber Sale. We're talking 50% off site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages. There's no better time to shop for everyone on your list. And when you shop omahasteaks.com today, you'll get an additional $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. With Omaha Steaks, you can slay your gift list and send a perfect assortment that everyone will love. USDA certified tender steaks, beefy burgers, premium air-chilled chicken, decadent desserts, and so much more. There's something for everyone on your list, and every bite is backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait. Shop the Cyber Sale now at omahasteaks.com to save 50% site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, code HOLIDAYGIFT. Hurry, sale ends December 2nd. Terms apply. See site for details.
As parents, it's our job to help our children make good choices. That's why it's time we had a little chat about college. I get it. Sometimes it may feel out of reach or a long way off. But the more families talk about college, the more likely it is to happen. Here's something to get you talking. A Cal Kids scholarship. Up to $1,500 for college or career training could be claimed right now. It's quick and easy. Cal Kids. Let's talk about it.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Holiday PSA from DSW. This is your reminder that shoes are a gift, literally. So unwrap something good, like boots that inspire your next big adventure, or cozy slippers that give you an excuse to stay in, or sneakers that feel like pure joy. Because shoes aren't just shoes, they're exactly what you wanted. Let us surprise you so you can surprise them. Find shoes that get you and everyone on your list at prices that get your budget at DSW stores or DSW.com.
You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and HD1 San Francisco on Odyssey Sports Station and the home of the Golden State Warriors and Valkyries. Always live on the free Odyssey app and now coming to you live from the Laughing Monk Studios.
Richard in the left corner after the throw-in, guarded by Şengün. Eyes the big guy, throws to Draymond. Richard will pin down for Curry. Ball to Curry, over the shoulder, toss to Richard. He'll turn, flow up a high arcing shot. It's good over Jabari Smith. Buzzer sounding. Will Richard showing poise of a veteran.
Now back to Warriors Wrap-Up on 95.7 The Game.
Yeah, that was two of Will Richard's 18 points in this game. I thought he was maybe the Warriors' best player in this game. It was him and Jimmy Butler tonight. There's no doubt it was those two. And then you got to do some searching to find the next best Warriors player in this one. Will Richard, 18 points, 7 of 12 from the field, made a couple of threes. He was 5 for 5, by the way, on twos. I think all of those were right around the rim. Had 6 rebounds, 3 offensive. They all led 2 points immediately for the Warriors. Also had a couple of steals. Did not turn the ball over himself. In a game the Warriors lost, he was a positive in the plus-minus, although not the Warriors' best plus-minus. Draymond Green was a +9, Moses Moody a +7, and Steph Curry, despite having 7 turnovers, was a +5. A big part of that is because those guys were on the floor in the very beginning of the basketball game when the Warriors got off to a 20-11 beginning. As we zoom out for a little bit here and welcome back, it's Warriors Wrap-Up. Mark Randy with you on 95.7 The Game, live from Chase Center. As we zoom out and just think about this Warrior team, 20 games in, they're 10-10. And obviously, how you feel about 10-10 depends on how you got to 10-10. And it's one thing if Steph missed 8 games and if Jimmy missed 6, and maybe Steph was off to a rough shooting start to begin the season. Largely, I mean, Steph missed, those 3 games because of the injury bug and then missed another game in Miami. Largely, though, Steph has been healthy. Jimmy's missed, I think, just the 2 games, the one in Sacramento and the one in Miami. Draymond's missed 3, those same 2 games, plus last time out, Monday versus Utah. Largely, you've been mostly healthy, and your star guys, your key guys, the guys that you need more than anybody else, have stayed healthy. The one other is Kuminga, who's missed 7 games now, the last 7 games, and I do think that he has been missed. There are some fans out there who refuse to believe that Kuminga has been missed. I'm telling you he has been missed. But again, Steph, Jimmy, Draymond haven't missed a ton of basketball games. 20 games in, and they've missed, a combined 9 games? And a lot of those have been overlapping. A bunch of them have been overlapping. And you're getting good performances from specifically Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler almost night in and night out. 37-year-old Steph is averaging 29 points. He's shooting 48% from the field, 40% from deep, and 91% from the free throw line. He's darn near at 50-40-90 at 37 years old at 29 points per game. 36-year-old Jimmy Butler is averaging 20 a game on 53% from the field, 45% from downtown, and 86% from the free throw line. You're getting, just in terms of NBA history, this kind of performance from a 37-year-old and a 36-year-old, darn near unheard of. Your 2 stars are playing like stars, and you're 10-10. That is a really bad sign for the Warriors. Because, one, I think it's fair to assume there might be stretches of this season where those guys miss more time than they have to this point. That's certainly possible, and we're looking at, a quad contusion for Steph Curry. Is he going to play Saturday? I don't know. The Warriors have Thursday off. They have Friday off. They play Saturday coming up next with Kevon Looney and the Pelicans are in town. Then they have Monday off, and they play against OKC, the defending champs, on Tuesday. I don't know if Steph's going to play in those games. We're going to find out. It's almost as if the Warriors... wasted is not the right word because there's been some other circumstances that have played into the reason why they're 10-10, and a lot of it is schedule-based. For example, tonight was the Warriors' 20th game of the season. They've had 5 back-to-backs. The Rockets have played just 16 games. They've had 0 back-to-backs. So that's a pretty stark difference between these two teams. The Warriors have played 4 more games and have had 5-0 back-to-backs when you compare to the Rockets. So that is part of it. The Warriors, though, have gotten otherworldly Steph Curry through the first quarter of the season and really good Jimmy over the course of the 20 games. Of course, there's been, highs and lows for both of their performances over the course of 20 games. Largely, though, you could not have asked for more from Steph. And honestly, over the course of a 20-game stretch, hard for me to ask for more from Jimmy. There's been moments here or there where, Jimmy, I'd like to see you be a little bit more aggressive. But largely, if you were to tell me that you get that from Steph and that from Jimmy over the course of the season, you take it in a heartbeat. You don't even think about it. The Warriors have gotten that, and they're 10-10. So that is majorly concerning. Absolutely majorly concerning. You're getting almost nothing offensively from anybody else with any kind of regularity. And not that Kuminga has been incredibly consistent with his offense in his career, and even this season has not been. Began the season really, really good. But before he got hurt, it was definitely a downturn for him. But just because he has the ability to consistently give you 16. Not that it's going to happen, but he has the ability. I don't know if there's many other Warriors on this roster that you can even say, I think they have the ability to night in and night out give me 16. I don't have that belief in Pods right now. I don't have that belief in Moody right now. I don't have that belief yet in Will Richard, although he had 18 today. Like he's good, and for where he was drafted and the fact that he's a rookie, he's been absolutely amazing, but I'm not expecting or asking that from Will Richard at this point. I can't count on Buddy Hield to do that. Draymond Green has never really been that kind of guy offensively. Quentin Post, his three-point shot is kind of betraying him right now. Gary Payton, of course, is not that guy, and beyond those guys, you're asking, Pat Spencer and Guy Santos, those are, of course, not those guys either. So you just don't have offensive support. You don't have offensive support behind Steph and Jimmy. And unless something changes with some of these other guys on the roster, or Kuminga comes back and plays consistently offensively and gets you around 16 a game, you're going to continue to run into major offensive issues. It's just the way that the roster is. You need someone to give you 16 a night. I think the likeliest outcome is Kuminga, at least until a potential trade happens, which is possible as well. But on the current roster, who's most well-equipped to do that? I think it has to be Kuminga almost by default. And that is majorly concerning for the Warriors, because you add in those offensive issues, the lack of support, offensive scoring behind Steph and Jimmy, and you pair that with what's happening defensively, it's all right. There's major issues on both sides of the floor right now, and that's true for the Warriors. I wanted to, we're going to talk about the end of game sequence in a little bit. Let's first though hear from Steve Kerr, and then we'll talk about what went wrong down the stretch, because there's a lot to talk about there as well. Plus, if you want to weigh in, 888-957-9570. If you want to add to this conversation as well. Let's go to Steve Kerr though, the Warriors head coach. Addressed the media after the Warriors' 104-100 loss to the Rockets. The Dubs now 10-10. You're going to hear him talk about the Warriors' record. You're not going to want to miss what he had to say there, plus a whole lot more. Here is Steve Kerr addressing the media post-game after his team's 104-100 loss to the Rockets. Here is Coach Kerr.
Did you get any clarity on even what body part Steph injured?
Quad. Right quad contusion. We'll get an MRI.
Okay, gotcha.
He was limping back to the replay challenge. Did you notice that? Did he?
Yeah.
That was the same thing that it kind of cropped up throughout.
Yes, I didn't ask him. I always just rely on the training staff to tell me whatever I need to know. So but I did see him limping. Yeah. You know when the MRI will be? I don't.
The start of the fourth quarter looked like where the game kind of really changed. What have you seen from your second? What did you see from your second unit there, and what generally it doesn't seem to have been as explosive or as as dynamic as it's been in the past?
I would argue that the game changed, the last 5 minutes of the third quarter. We had a 12-point lead in there, and we just started turning it over and fouling. We were in the bonus, or they were in the bonus for the last 5 minutes. I think we fouled them 3 or 4 times, and so we just kept giving them easy points and didn't really execute much offensively. We missed some open ones, but it never felt like we had any rhythm and flow, which is why I went to Pat in the fourth. Pat has to start the fourth. He's given us some good minutes off the bench so far in the early season and helped us get some offensive rhythm, but that group just couldn't get anything going, and so it was a tough stretch, late third, early fourth.
25 offensive rebounds for the Rockets. How much do you think that affected the offensive flow?
Yeah, no, that's everything, right? And we obviously know that about this team. Capella had 8 on his own. I mean, that's what they're doing. I mean, it's highest offensive rebound percentage in NBA history coming into the game, and it just went up, obviously. So, great rebounding team, very physical, and give them credit. They're doing a good job, even without some key players.
Steve, Will Richard starts the game and also is on the finishing squad. What has he done to earn your confidence to be in those roles?
Well, you can see it. He's just in the right spot at the right time. He has a lot of confidence. He's not afraid to let it fly. He never turns it over. Just connects the game. He makes the game easier for everybody else. He's just he's kind of wise beyond his years. So I've got 100% trust in him.
We got a buddy with another 0-point game, and this is not the first time over the last several games. Is there something you can put a finger on what's happening with him offensively? Is he getting looks that he's not taking, or is it just they're not there for him recently?
Both. I mean, it's always a combination when you're a shooter. When shots aren't going in, it feels like you're not getting great looks, and then when you do get one, you put a lot of pressure on yourself. But Buddy has a long history of being a great 3-point shooter, so we're going to stay with him and encourage him to keep letting it fly.
Gary hurt his ankle. Gary Payton hurt his ankle.
Was that what it was? Ankle? Yeah.
Will he get an MRI?
I don't know. Yeah.
I think you entered tonight 23rd in offensive rating, struggled offensively in the second half. Just as a team, beyond limiting turnovers, what needs to change offensively?
Well, the turnovers is number one. I mean, I rattled off the stat to you before the game, and that just got worse today. So we're 9-1 when we win the turnover battle, 1-9 when we don't. So that's the number one thing. When we haven't turned it over, we've been good offensively. But there are times where we're not getting to our spots, not getting good enough spacing, and we're getting late in the shot clock and having to throw up a tough shot. So we'll keep looking at everything, keep trying to get better.
Steve, how would you describe your guys' identity at the 20-game mark?
How would I describe
the identity of the team right now?
The identity? Well, what did Bill Parcells say? You are what your record says you are. So we're 10-10. We're an average team, and I think we have the potential for much more. And it's my job as coach to, help these guys find that rhythm that can give us some juice, some separation, some confidence. And so I believe in them, and I believe in our guys, our continuity that we've got from, not only last year, but with Steph and Dre for, 14, 15 years, whatever it's been. So I believe in the guys, and we've just got to keep working, and we'll get there.
Steve, to your point, obviously everything changes. Steph even has to miss a couple days. What do you think changes the most for the group if he has to miss a little bit of a stretch?
If Steph has to miss?
Yeah, if he has to miss a little bit of a stretch.
Well, it obviously changes everything, our rotations, how we're playing, who we're playing through. So we'll see. I'm actually, when I heard it was quad, I was actually kind of relieved, better than an ankle or a knee. So hopefully he can recover quickly and be okay, but we got to hold down the fort.
Pardon, you're right, Steve. Did you feel like GP2, Gary going down, impacted the ability to slow down Reed Shepherd, and what did you see from Reed specifically in the second half?
Reed was incredible. He had a great game, dominated the whole game, and he got off to a good start. I thought we were too soft on him early, and when we did put pressure on him, we had some success, but he got free, and obviously, he's got the speed and quickness to get downhill and hit that mid-range shot. So yeah, Gary's injury hurt, but that's not the story. The story is that Reed played an amazing game.
Steve, how do you judge your defensive effort against Şengün tonight?
The defensive effort was just awesome against Şengün. I mean, Draymond remains one of the great defenders in the league and guards everybody, including guys, almost a foot taller than him, and he battled him every possession down there.
All right, that's Steve Kerr post-game tonight. First of all, what he said about Steph Curry with the assistance of Warriors PR ace Raymond Ritter. Right quad contusion for Steph Curry, and he's due to get an MRI. Don't know when that's going to happen. I would imagine the Warriors not knowing exactly when is tomorrow's Thanksgiving. Don't know exactly how it's all going to play out. The Warriors do have 2 days off tomorrow, off Friday. Next game is Saturday, so we will see, of course, whenever there's an update, even if it's not ours while we are on the air, live and local, we'll, of course, get you updated on all social media platforms. So give us a follow at 957 The Game, wherever you are on social media. I think the other big thing that Steve Kerr said, when asked about, kind of the state of the Warriors, 20 games in, he said, quote, we're 10-10, and he invoked Bill Parcells, your record is what you say you are, or you are what your record says you are. Quote, we're 10-10, we're an average team. I think we have the potential for much more. It's my job as coach to help these guys find that rhythm that can give us some juice. I believe in our guys. But the money line there was we're an average team, and I don't think many people could argue with that right now. There are some other post-game comments coming in, and this was in the locker room. We do not yet have the audio of this, so I'm just going to read some of the quotes off to you. This is Draymond Green and Jimmy Butler speaking post-game in the Warriors locker room. Up first, Jimmy Butler on the Warriors. He said, quote, we don't box out. We don't go with a scouting report. We let anybody do whatever they want, open shots, get into the paint, free throws. It's just sad. That's what Jimmy Butler had to say post-game in addition to other things. Draymond Green on the Warriors' defense. He said, quote, our defense is bleep, four-letter word that begins with S. He said, quote, we are individually, I know everyone likes to twist words. I said we are individually bleeping awful. He continued, I ain't a big keep the spirit up guy. That ain't my department. I mother bleep you. Is Draymond Green speaking post-game. So both Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green, very strong words about the Warriors' defense. And it's interesting because it kind of goes counter to what Steve Kerr has said multiple times of late. Steve Kerr has said not worried about the defense, at least not as much as he's worried about the offense. I think both have points. I do think of late, specifically point of attack. Against Portland, it was a mess, and then tonight it was a mess once again, although it really didn't hurt them because of the percentage that Houston shot. It hurt them in terms of the offensive rebounds. There are major issues there, but I do think it's worth noting that two of the leaders, and I think the two specifically, the one emotional leader in Draymond Green, are both aggressively singling out the defensive side of the basketball, while the head coach is talking. Not that he's saying the defense has been perfect, I'm not saying that, but he has said overall, over the course of the season, he's less worried about the defense and more worried about the offense. I tend to agree with Steve Kerr. I've said that multiple times. I have more faith in the Warriors' defense than I do the offense, but there's no doubt that Portland game, and I think also tonight, the Warriors' defensive shortcomings are very apparent. Very, very apparent. And some of it is just personnel-based. Some of it is also a lack of attention to detail. Steph Curry has talked about this as well. It's game plan stuff, not knowing the strengths and weaknesses of opponents, not understanding what you should be doing when X player has the ball, when he doesn't have the ball. Should you help off of him? Are you helping too much off of him? Should you leave this guy open or not? It's simple things like that that I think screams attention to detail that is also hurting the Warriors defensively. I don't want it to seem like I think the Warriors defense is perfect, because they're far from perfect. I've been talking a lot here over the last hour or so about the Warriors defense, and tonight it was not good. The Rockets shot 39% from the field, but don't let that fool you. The Warriors' defense was not good in this basketball game. They gave up 25 offensive rebounds, and a defensive possession is not done until you grab the defensive rebound 25 times. The Warriors did not do that. They forced 60 missed field goals. I'd have to do a deep dive. I don't know how many times a team has missed 60 shots in a single game and won that basketball game. The Rockets might have done it multiple times because all they do is grab their own misses. Your defensive possession is not over until you grab a defensive rebound. Steve Kerr was also right to bring up the end of the third and early fourth. The Warriors had a 14-point lead relatively late in the third quarter. It was a 10-point lead relatively late in the third quarter. They had a 14-point lead early in the third. The Rockets closed the third quarter on a 12-4 run to get back within 2, and then they opened the fourth quarter on a 9-0 run. So they went from down 10 to up 7 over the course of 5 or 6 minutes or so, from the end of the third to the beginning of the fourth. The Warriors went a stretch of 7 minutes of basketball, just about 7 minutes of basketball, and third, beginning fourth, with one made field goal. Over 7 minutes of basketball. One made field goal over 7 minutes of basketball. And there's no coincidence, by the way, despite Steph's struggles offensively, the majority of that stretch was with Steph on the bench. That is not a surprise. Even if Steph has a night like he did tonight, where he goes 4 for 13 from the field and turns the ball over 7 times, his presence out there just makes it easier for the Warriors defensively. There's no doubt. Okay, let's jump ahead to the final stretch of this basketball game, because it was a tie game with 91-91 with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. 91 all, 3:30 left. This was the Amen Thompson block charge call against Steph Curry. It was initially called a charge that Steph drew. This is also where Steph got shaken up with that right quad contusion that he's going to get an MRI on at some point, I would imagine, in the next couple of days. Houston challenged the call. It was overturned and turned to a blocking foul on Steph, which resulted in Amen Thompson free throws. They take a 2-point lead. That's a big swing right there. In terms of, was it a block? Was it a charge? Steph was certainly moving. He was not set. Although I really don't know how the officials determine what is a charge and what isn't, because there's clearly times where defenders' feet are still moving, but they call a charge. This one I felt like was one that could have been a charge, or I've seen called a charge, because it wasn't your run-of-the-mill, the defender still moving and got in the path of the offensive player. There was legitimate, lean in and kind of lean the shoulder into Steph Curry's chest and even extend the off arm a little bit from Amen Thompson into Steph's chest. I thought that movement, the kind of shoulder duck and the extension of the forearm, was enough to kind of forget that Steph's feet were still indeed moving. I thought that could have been a charge. It was ultimately called the block, results in 2 points for Houston. They take a 2-point lead. Then Podziemski fouled, setting a screen, which was a great break for the Warriors. They're not even in their offensive set yet, and they have free throws because they were in the bonus. He misses both free throws. But on the second one, there was a lane violation on Houston, so
It's here, the Omaha Steak Cyber Sale. And there's no better time to score big savings on unforgettable gifts. USDA certified tender steaks, beefy burgers, premium air-chilled chicken, and so much more. There's something for everyone on your list. Don't wait. Shop now to save 50% site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages at omahasteaks.com. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. Hurry, sale ends December 2nd. Terms apply. See site for details.
You know, trade-offs are part of life, but with Okta, they're not part of your identity security. Protection without the friction? It's possible. It's Okta.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Ranked #1 in innovation 11 consecutive years, Arizona State University isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Learn from notable clinical and research faculty. Online. That's a degree better. Explore programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
You won't see the engineer that slams the Nissan Rogue's door 13,920 times, or the corrosive chamber that simulates 15 years of life in 5 months, or the Rogue heat baked for over 300 combined hours. What you will see is a vehicle that can take punch after punch and keep rolling. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality among mainstream brands by J.D. Power. We put it through the worst so you get its best. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Newer models may be shown.
For the Warriors in this one, they ultimately lose 104-100, and they are now 10-10, about a quarter of the season done, and the Warriors are 500. It's a rough one for the Warriors, and they've had a handful of rough ones of late. They're now 1-4 in their last 5 as they continue their pattern of going 4-1, then 1-4, then 4-1, and then 1-4. If their first 20 games are any indicator, that means the Warriors will go 4-1 in their next stretch, which would be impressive because they've got New Orleans at home, Oklahoma City at home, then on the road at Philadelphia, at Cleveland, at Chicago. That's the next 5. Then they are in Phoenix to close out that road trip, then Phoenix back at home as we inch towards the Christmas holiday. But again, up next for the Warriors, Saturday versus New Orleans. Kevon Looney makes his return to Chase Center as a member of the Pelicans. TBD on if Steph Curry will be available. He left this game in the final minute with a right quad contusion, due for an MRI. Me speculating, I would be surprised if he plays on Saturday, but we'll see when the time comes. GP2 also left this game with an ankle. We'll await an update from the Warriors on GP2. They don't know if he's going to need an MRI for that, but he did sprain his ankle, roll his ankle in that first half, and he did not return, which I think was a factor in Reed Sheppard going off for 31 points in this game tonight, a new career high for the second-year guard out of Kentucky. Ultimately, the Warriors, though, they lose 104-100. All right. That'll do it for Warriors Wrap-Up tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. A rough one, but always great spending it here on Warriors Wrap-Up with you guys on 95.7 The Game. All right. For my guys back in the studio, they've been there for a long time today. As always, shout out to Cam Williams, our Warriors Network coordinator, and Steven Risotto for hanging out all night long. My name is Mark Graney, signing off. Thank you so much for tuning in here tonight on Warriors Wrap-Up. I will be back with you on Saturday for Warriors Live and Warriors Wrap-Up versus the Pelicans. That game tips at 5:30, which means Warriors Live begins at 4:30 right here on 95.7 The Game. Until then, though, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy time at home with the family. I hope you got family time coming up. Watch some football tomorrow, some college football on Friday, also some NFL football on Friday as well. Have a wonderful holiday weekend. I will talk to you on Saturday. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Mark Randy, signing off. Until Saturday, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'll talk to you next time on 95.7 The Game.
It's here, the Omaha Steak Cyber Sale. We're talking 50% off site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages. There's no better time to shop for everyone on your list. And when you shop omahasteaks.com today, you'll get an additional $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. With Omaha Steaks, you can slay your gift list and send a perfect assortment that everyone will love. USDA certified tender steaks, beefy burgers, premium air-chilled chicken, decadent desserts, and so much more. There's something for everyone on your list, and every bite is backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait. Shop the Cyber Sale now at omahasteaks.com to save 50% site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, code HOLIDAYGIFT. Hurry, sale ends December 2nd. Terms apply. See site for details.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Downy rinse tonight, and I need it more. Like kids last the bed and the smell never leaves. I don't know what to do. I'm always in the dark. The sweat and dead short smells like a dog car. Downy rinse it tonight.
Downy Rinse fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
So, I still don't know exactly what I want to do after graduation, but one thing I do know, CalKids has my back with a scholarship of at least $500. It's just for students who went to public school in California, and yeah, that includes me. So, whether I go for a 2-year program or a 4-year degree, I know I've got options. Thanks to CalKids, I can actually focus on choosing what's right for me. Bet, see if you have one now.
Claim your future. Visit calkids.org today. Restrictions apply. At Okta, we know no business leader wakes up thinking, gee, I hope I can make some huge trade-offs today. That's why we offer identity security with less friction, more possibilities. Great security without the trade-offs? It's possible. It's Okta.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked #1 in innovation for 11 consecutive years and #2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 350 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Every holiday shopper's got a list, but Ross shoppers, you've got a mission. You head in for a quick white elephant gift and leave with a sequin jacket, a disco snow globe, and a candle that smells like gingerbread and glory. You found amazing pajamas for the whole family and the dog. You turned under $25 and do How Did You Know I Wanted This? And win Holiday MVP. Not that it's a competition. Because at Ross, holiday magic isn't about spending more. It's about giving more for less. Ross, work your magic.
Prepper, are you just lazy? Oh my God. And usually what ends up happening, I don't know, maybe I'll do the full rant on the Friday podcast, who knows, but either way, it's just hilarious when you hear some of this stuff. You're like, my God, like, what are we doing here? Come on, and be professional. Be professional. A late night drug tester says, I was worried the rundown was going to be like lazy holiday sports talk radio. Hour 1 included the bird, yet you avoided putting stuffing, cranberries, and pie in hour 2, 3, and 4 summaries. Good job by you, says the late night drug tester. Supermarket Steve had a lot to say. He said, Justin Fields being surprised that he got benched is one of the more delusional things I have ever heard, or one of the most delusional things I've ever heard. Steve also says, where along our history did it change from a story coming out about a coach calling plays that are in the playbook that a quarterback was not ready to accomplish, that it was seen as a bad call by the coach and not a quarterback that was unprepared. I feel like that was a little disjointed, a little bit. Hugh on the 5 writes in. He was driving on I-5. He says, hey, Ben, I just cut a fart. That is a leak story. Run with it. There you go. Report it. All right. The Ben Maller Show on Fox Sports Radio has learned, according to league sources, Hugh on the 5 just let one rip. Just had a big flatulence right there on I-5. In fact, he might have to pull over to a gas station because of that harmonic distortion that took place there. And according to some other unrelated sources, he has a rumbly-tumbly, and hopefully he'll be able to get that taken care of there. It was being described by witnesses as an airborne toxic event that took place. The forecast calls for more airbenders, so keep an eye on that. And his pet, actually, it's interesting. He's bringing this, Hugh on the 5 is bringing his pet to Thanksgiving dinner, and his pet is a spider. It's a barking spider, so he's got that. So he's got everything covered right there. Very happy. Very, very happy for him. Fergdog says, where are the rest of the Bennett's? Is Lorena seeing Wicked a second time with Coop? He says, embarrassing. I don't know. Listen, one of the good things about doing the show the way I do it is it doesn't really matter who's here or not. I mean, I like having the regulars here, but we pretty much do everything in-house, so nothing really changes in that regard. What else do we have? Shane in Des Moines says, is the NBA Cup the worst change to the NBA in the Adam Silver era? No, not at all. Not even close. Not even close, Shane in Des Moines. The worst change in the Adam Silver era is the fact that he killed the business model by encouraging the star players not to play. I mean, that is, I can't. There has never been a worse commissioner in sport than Adam Silver. Like, this is under his watch. The product is now unwatchable. And he allowed it, and he encouraged it to happen. And I love basketball. I used to watch it all the time, and oh my God, I cannot stand it. It's so crappy. It is such a septic tank, the NBA. It's unbelievable how bad it's happened in my lifetime. Who cares about the NBA Cup? That's just a ridiculous fugazi thing to try to get people to watch. And they wouldn't need it if the star players actually played. If they actually wanted to play, they wouldn't need any of this stuff. And they just don't want to. Okay, so like 80% of our star players aren't playing. And of the 80%, 70% are faking injuries. So I know what we'll do. We'll just put on really bright courts. We'll paint the courts bright colors, and the dumb people will watch. It's like we'll just spray some body. We won't take a shower, but we'll spray some body spray or whatever. Or like if you have cracks in the foundation, we'll just paper over the cracks, and that's it. Nobody will notice. And my God, so bad. Well, another one got hurt. Steph Curry. Early reports overnight here. Steph Curry, the Warriors, bruised his right quad, but he's going to undergo an MRI. An MRI for Steph Curry coming up later on Thanksgiving. Does that cost extra if you have an MRI on Thanksgiving? Because if you've ever been to the hospital on a holiday, obviously short-staffed because not everyone's there, obviously, the holiday, all that stuff. And it's like I feel like everything's more expensive on the holiday. So there you go. Speaking of the courts, though, I did see that Hookah Luka was complaining. Luka Doncic there was complaining about the funny court. He criticized the in-season tournament court. He said it's slippery. It was dangerous. He said. He claimed he slipped a lot of times. He said a lot of players were slipping. It was dangerous. Oh, the danger. The danger. God, those poor players. Did they give out Purple Hearts after that game? They had to play on a court that was slippery for Luka. Did he get a Purple Heart for that? Like a purple and gold heart, possibly? No, he did not? Okay. I thought Luka sounds kind of like those AAU guys that complain about everything. Like, that was one of the things Phil Jackson used to complain about. He's like the spoiled athlete and stuff. And guys playing pickup basketball with potholes on the court. And then Luka's complaining because the court's a little slippery. And he's grumbling about that. Let's go to the phones. It is a call-in show on this Thanksgiving, except on the West Coast where it's not quite Thanksgiving. Let's say hello to Big Daddy, who's in Memphis. Hello, Big Daddy. Welcome.
What's going on to all my fans and all my constituents? Yeah, I got a name for not Producer B, Producer P. How about Project P? We got a rapper down here in Memphis. Yeah,
I like that. I like that a lot.
Project P better than Producer P? You like that more?
Yeah. Yeah. We got a rapper in Memphis, Project Pat.
Oh,
so
Project P? All right.
Yeah, Project P.
Right.
We know he's a producer.
Yeah, okay, fine. Patrick, you want to be called Project P? We'll call you Project
It's mysterious. I like it.
All right.
Yeah, Project P. Yes, sir. He gonna get the one he's been trying to get now. Oh, that's your name? You know how it goes. Ben, what you eat tomorrow? Fried turkey? Or today, rather. See if I can get me one. You like red berry sauce? I can't do no
see,
cranberry.
now you're doing everything I despise here. I actually have no Thanksgiving plans at all. I don't have much family in the area. My wife's working. I'm working, so it's just gonna be a normal day. It's not. We're not.
Yeah,
doing
me time. That's all. Me time. You know what other men do, man? Underwear. You know what I'm saying? TV remote. That's it, man.
That's pretty much what my day's going to be. I'll be sitting around. I'm going to get up. I'll probably see the second half. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to be up for the first half of the Lions-Packers game, but I'll be up for the second half of that game, and then I'll watch the Cowboys and the Chiefs.
I'm going to be drunk, man. I'm going to be drunk. I appreciate that win we got. Ooh, I appreciate that win, man. I never sleep on it. I'm so cheap.
Apparently the Cowboys are back. The Cowboys are back. All Big Daddy, the Cowboys are back.
Thank you. I love you. I've been waiting on the baby. Happy Thanksgiving, baby. I'm a holiday.
All right, you too. Be careful. Be safe out there, Big Daddy. Be good, man. The great Big Daddy from Memphis, long-time listener to the show, supporter of what we do. God bless him. Absolutely. Hallelujah. All right. We are on X at Ben Maller. If you would like to be part of the show, that's at Ben Maller. And I'm looking through. Is there anything I didn't get to that I wanted to get to? Nothing really worthy of being read on the air. All right. Time now for the Who Am I game. This is where we pretend to be somebody else, as we call it the Who Am I game. So this weekend, the Rams play Carolina, and Matthew Stafford can become just the fourth player all time with multiple touchdown passes and no interceptions in 6 consecutive games. He would join Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and me. Again, Matthew Stafford. He can ram it all day and ram it all night. Stafford will become the fourth player all time to have multiple touchdown passes and no interceptions in 6 consecutive games. He will join Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, and me. Who am I? That is the question. The answer, we'll get to it. We will do it next.
Maller Militia. You already know this. But we need to remind you. Ben has a YouTube channel for the show. Oh, the drop. Just go to youtube.com/@BenMallerShow.
I know what's hip.
Hit the subscribe button. Push that thumbs up icon and comment away. Let Ben know how smart he really is.
Hey, it's Maller here. This Thanksgiving, while you're piling up plates, DraftKings, the one and only official daily fantasy part of the NFL, is serving up something extra to be thankful for. A shot at $1 million. Every customer can turn $5 into a Thanksgiving win or get it all back in DK dollars. So this Thanksgiving, download the DraftKings app, use code Maller, turn $5 into a no-stress shot at $1 million top prize. That's code Maller in partnership with DraftKings Daily Fantasy. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. 18 plus in most eligible states, but age varies by jurisdiction. Eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. 1 token per customer. Entry must lose to receive DK dollars based on amount of losing qualifying entry. Max reward $5 in non-withdrawable DK dollars. Terms at DraftKings.com/promotions.
It's here, the Omaha Steak Cyber Sale. And there's no better time to score big savings on unforgettable gifts. USDA certified tender steaks, beefy burgers, premium air-chilled chicken, and so much more. There's something for everyone on your list. Don't wait. Shop now to save 50% site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages at omahasteaks.com. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. Hurry, sale ends December 2nd. Terms apply. See site for details.
That's the sound of James adding long-lasting Gain scent boosters to his laundry this morning. Several hours later, James sniffs the irresistible scent of Gain on his shirt. Gain. Several hours later, James has even caught the attention of his mother-in-law, and she never gives him attention.
Ooh, you smell amazing, James.
Oh, thanks, Mom. I love you too.
I never said that.
Add Gain scent boosters to your laundry. Add joy to your day.
At Lowe's, before the holidays is the perfect time for upgrades and upkeep. During Black Friday, get up to 50% off select major appliances and buy more to save more with up to an additional 25% off when you bundle select major appliances. Plus, grab select DeWalt 20-volt max drill or impact driver kits for just $99. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 12/3. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
So, I still don't know exactly what I want to do after graduation, but one thing I do know, CalKids has my back with a scholarship of at least $500. It's just for students who went to public school in California, and yeah, that includes me. So, whether I go for a 2-year program or a 4-year degree, I know I've got options. Thanks to CalKids, I can actually focus on choosing what's right for me. Bet, see if you have one now.
Claim your future. Visit calkids.org today. Restrictions apply.
Get ready to shop Lowe's Black Friday doorbuster deals to save $150 on a 30-inch Blackstone griddle, now $299. Plus, choose a Whirlpool top-load washer or Midea top freezer refrigerator for just $398. These limited-time doorbuster deals go fast, so get holiday ready today at Lowe's. We help, you save. Valid 11/28 through 12/1. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See Lowe's.com for more details.
It's here, the Omaha Steak Cyber Sale. We're talking 50% off site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages. There's no better time to shop for everyone on your list. And when you shop omahasteaks.com today, you'll get an additional $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. With Omaha Steaks, you can slay your gift list and send a perfect assortment that everyone will love. USDA certified tender steaks, beefy burgers, premium air-chilled chicken, decadent desserts, and so much more. There's something for everyone on your list, and every bite is backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Don't wait. Shop the Cyber Sale now at omahasteaks.com to save 50% site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. That's omahasteaks.com, code HOLIDAYGIFT. Hurry, sale ends December 2nd. Terms apply. See site for details.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Personalities. Here's a little secret. I can't even sugarcoat. We have the best in the business.
They pimp slapped him.
24/7, 365.
There's a ton going on in sports.
Wherever, whenever, quality.
For sure. Oh, that sweet sound.
It's how we do sports.
Hey, we're talking about sports.
I get paid to yell and call for people to get fired.
This is Fox Sports Radio, the premier sports lineup in the nation. FS1. To find FS1 on your television, go to foxsports.com for details. FS1. Go to foxsports.com for details.
Bill Miller and you. It is the Ben Maller Show as we kick off the Thanksgiving festivities with hot sports takes. Yes, just what you need. Just what you need. Absolutely. Don't forget to check out the YouTube channels for the Ben Maller Show. You want Maller monologues? You want to look at an ugly man talking to a microphone? That's at Ben Maller Show. And if you want Benny versus the Penny, the iconic show that we've given birth here on Fox Sports Radio many years ago, and then was on a podcast, and then was on NBC for a couple of years. Now it's gone global on YouTube. Join the global movement of Benny versus the Penny. Get the Thanksgiving Day special up. Get my picks against the spread on the 3 games on Thanksgiving. No one else has that content. At Benny vs. Penny. It's absolutely free. It's our Black Friday blowout sale, our doorbuster sale. At Benny vs. Penny. And check that out. There'll be a new episode up later today for the Black Friday game, and then a full episode sometime on Friday for the Sunday game. So Benny versus the Penny. Back to it. Back to it we go, and here is the payoff on the Insta Trivia. So Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba is playing very well this year for the Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba has the most receiving yards prior to Thanksgiving in a single season in NFL history. He broke blank's previous record. Again, Seattle Seahawks wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba has the most receiving yards prior to Thanksgiving in a single season in NFL history. He broke blank's previous record. That is the question. What is the answer? Let's see. Does anyone know the answer? And we go to the great unwashed here. At Ben Maller on X. That's at Ben Maller. If you would like to answer any of these questions, probably not this one because your answer won't get read on the air, but we have other questions throughout the night. And let's see here. Random Ryan in Carolina says Rams Hall of Famer, long snapper, Seymour Butts. By the way, fun fact, Seymour Butts, a member, not only a great adult entertainer, but a member of the Maller Militia. There's a fun fact. Keith Ocho Texto says Radio Rich, the curmudgeon of callers. I miss Radio Rich. I think he's probably checked out, but we love Radio Rich. Quite the character. Do you remember his last call, Ocho Texto, when he all of a sudden randomly brought up the fact that he used to sleep prostitutes? That was unexpected. He just randomly brought this up. Rob the Goat Man says Pat Summerall. Ivan Calderon. There's a good name from Mr. Nice Guy, Ivan Calderon, old baseball player. Who else do we have? Baby Saja, is that it? From Scrooge? I don't know. I have no idea.
Who?
Goo Goo Gaga. I don't know. I'm sure I probably should know that, but I guess I'm too old. Who else? Thoughtful Mike from Pokemon. Thoughtful Mike, great caller from San Antonio years ago. Mike Madano from Shane in Des Moines, Minnesota North Stars legend. Case Keenum from Femi, the top Uber Eats driver in Minnesota. Ostrich Ant says the Costco hot turkey provolone sandwich. You know, I've not had that, Ostrich Ant. It doesn't look, I love Costco, but I don't know, it doesn't look that good. I don't know. I don't know about that. Bill Nye, the science guy, who's 70 years old today. Okay, there you go. Bill Nye. Get the bow tie. Justin Herbert, guest by Freeman. Joe Turkey Jones from Eek in Roseville, Minnesota. Patrick Beverly on the Rampage from Oscar. He's a glue guy. Joe Montana, guest by Johnny Q. Christian Ponder. Big Lou, he's on number 2. Oh, man, the great Rodney Rogers. Rest in peace. That was in my wheelhouse, Big Lou. I covered the Clippers when Rodney Rogers was there. What a nice man he was. What a cool dude. I have some fond memories. Maybe I'll share some of those on the podcast this weekend. But Rodney Rogers, he was paralyzed since like 2008 or something like that. He got an ATV accident. I know, it's 2 people I know in my life that got paralyzed from ATVs. One of them used to work here, and then also Rodney Rogers. So I'm probably not be going on an ATV. Kurt Warner, guest by Rebecca. That's her answer. Viking legend Tavarius Jackson from Lou. Who else? Can't read that on the air. We'll skip over that one. Charlie Brown, but guessed by Greg, the real estate mogul. No, the correct answer is Torrey Holt of the St. Louis Rams. The greatest show on turf. Torrey Holt. Hey, Smiler here. Do you know the 3 T's of Thanksgiving? Turkey for eating, table for gathering, and touchdowns for winning. With DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code MALLER. That's code MALLER. Bet $5. Get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. Pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21-plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
No business leader wakes up thinking, gee, I hope I can make some huge trade-offs today. And yet that's exactly what most security solutions ask of you. Trade speed for safety, user experience for control. Trade keeping things simple for keeping them secure. Not so with Okta. Okta gives you a unified solution to protect identity. No friction, no frustration, no compromises. Security that's a launchpad instead of a limiter? It's possible. It's Okta.
Every now and then I rinse it out, and I need Johnny Rinse tonight, and I need it more, like King Master Ben
fragrance fights stubborn odors in just one wash. When impossible odors get stuck in,
Rinse it out.
One day only Thanksgiving Day deals are coming to Lowe's.com. Plus, members get early access to online Black Friday doorbuster deals on gifting favorites, like the still trending Cobalt Mini Toolbox for just $14.98. Don't miss up to 50% off for one day only at Lowe's.com. We help, you save. Valid 11/27 only on Lowe's.com. Member only doorbusters and midnight Eastern. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change while supplies last.
It's here, the Omaha Steak Cyber Sale. And there's no better time to score big savings on unforgettable gifts. USDA certified tender steaks, beefy burgers, premium air-chilled chicken, and so much more. There's something for everyone on your list. Don't wait. Shop now to save 50% site-wide and an extra 20% off select packages at omahasteaks.com. Plus, get an extra $35 off with code HOLIDAYGIFT at checkout. Hurry, sale ends December 2nd. Terms apply. See site for details.
Ranked number 1 in innovation 11 consecutive years, Arizona State University isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Learn from notable clinical and research faculty. Online, that's a degree better. Explore programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Oh. Forget something for your project? We've got you. At HomeDepot.com, get fast, free delivery on millions of items for whatever you're working on, same day or next day. We bring what you need, and you bring it to life. Get fast, free delivery only at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Order select in-stock items by 4 p.m., subject to availability.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Ranked number 1 in innovation for 11 consecutive years, and number 2 among public universities for employability. ASU isn't just ahead of the curve. It's creating new paths to success. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online, that's a degree better. Explore more than 350 undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
Then at HD1 San Francisco, an Odyssey station. We are Sports! And here's what you need to know.
3 NFL games on this Thanksgiving Thursday. It all starts from Detroit as the Lions will be hosting the Packers at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Then the Chiefs will be taking on the Cowboys, and running back Isaiah Pacheco is expected to play for Kansas City. It ends in Baltimore as the Ravens will be hosting the Bengals with kickoff at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time, and Joe Burrow is expected to start for Cincinnati. In the NBA on Wednesday night, the Rockets came back to defeat the Warriors 104-100 behind Reed Shepherd, who dropped 31 points. The Celtics survived 117-114 against the Pistons, snapping Detroit's 13-game winning streak. And the Thunder have extended their winning streak to 10 after outscoring the Timberwolves 113-105, where Shai Gilgeous-Alexander dropped 40 points. In the NHL, the Capitals topped the Jets 4-3. Alex Ovechkin scored his 908th career goal. I'm Monty Bolaños.
Doing this all. Big Ben Maller.
Yeah, that sounds good.
When he's not talking,
I live for the bickering.
He's barking.
He is not the alpha dog. He's more of a beta.
Why would you want it any other way?
He is a Pirates of the Caribbean type player. There's a reason for that. You blow. There she blows.
You're listening to the Ben Maller Show. Now, broadcasting live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Here he is, Ben Maller.
A perfect beautiful fog. Welcome in the beginning of another hour of the Ben Maller Show. We are in the air everywhere, within earshot. Otherwise, you can't hear us, so who cares? We are your cheesy audio partner, even on holidays here, coast to coast, border to border, and beyond, on the vast and candidly powerful microphones of FSR, emanating live from the mashed, as we do the mashed potatoes on Hot Takes all night long from the world-famous Fox Sports Radio studios, as approved by none other than Mr. Irrigation deep in the heart of Texas. He approves that message, as he always does. Absolutely. All right. This portion of the Ben Maller Show on Fox made possible in part by our friends at Tire Rack. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, which Greg, the real estate mogul in Baltimore, likes a lot. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. So several people have pointed out that there was a mistake with the Who Am I game. Heads will roll. Heads will absolutely roll on that. We'll clean that up in post. That bombshell, we'll clean that up in post. So I guess we can use the question that we were going to use, and then we switched it up at the last minute. We can use that this hour. So we will pay off the Stafford question. We gave you a different question for reasons I don't know why. There's clearly a glitch in the matrix or something like that. But our lead this hour. Play the hits, my man. Play the hits. Our lead this hour from the Twin Cities, where the Juicy Lucy's are good and the sports are not. The ongoing quarterback drama-o-rama with Eek and Roseville, Minnesota's Vikings, amid the likelihood that Minnesota quarterback J.J. McCarthy will be sitting on his tuchus, not playing this weekend. Will miss the game at Seattle while in the concussion protocol. The two of the top veterans on the Vikings there said that they fully support their quarterback, their embattled quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, and his long-term outlook in the NFL. I don't know if you saw this or not. You heard about it? Maybe not. No, Stephen Meatballs heard about it. So wide receiver Justin Jefferson and running back Aaron Jones both acknowledged that McCarthy has clearly been bad to the bone. Bad to the bone in the 6 games he's played. Jefferson described McCarthy's debut as tough. That's kind. That's kind. Tough is kind. Predicted improvement. It can't get much worse. You get much worse, you're selling insurance. Now, rookie Max Brosmer took all the first-team snaps and is expected to start on Sunday unless there's some kind of 11th-hour miracle here with J.J. McCarthy. In McCarthy's 6 starts this season, the Vikings have won 2 of them. They've lost 4, and Justin Jefferson has averaged a paltry 53 receiving yards in those games. Now, that sounds bad. How bad is it? That's 43% worse than his career average. He is a 40% worse ball player with J.J. McCarthy than all these other quarterbacks he's played with. That's not good. So the NFL insider crowd is now sounding the alarm bells. They're very excited about McCarthy's backup, and they're pessimistic about J.J. McCarthy and his future. And they're now selling the rookie undrafted Max Brosmer as a player to keep an eye on. They're comparing him to Brock Purdy. All right. That is a good jumping off point. So let us discuss the question. What intrigues you the most about Viking quarterback Max Brosmer being compared to Brock Purdy? All right, what intrigues you the most? So I've got Workshop, Otis, and Lion King. And we will combine all of these things together and try not to laugh our way through the ridiculousness of the sporting world, the industrial complex of sports. What a travesty of justice. All right, so number one. All right, so the NFL content machine is always king. The content machine never wavers. It does not waver at all. And it's revving up like a Minnesota snowblower in mid-January, right? You cannot let it breathe. You cannot wait to see, I don't know, J.J. McCarthy's, I guess he's on the spectrum of Bustville, right? You know, he's not on the spectrum. He's actually renting, and he's thinking about buying a place in Bustville, but he's renting a place in Bustville, J.J. McCarthy, at this particular point. And so we're already firing up the replacement generator. It's called Myth-Making 101. Myth-Making 101, they drag a new kid on the block, and they take that new kid on the block, they put him in the sorcerer's workshop, and then they sprinkle, just like that. They sprinkle, little sprinkles here, sprinkle there, sprinkle there. Sprinkle some Purdy pixie dust on top of him, and poof! A legend is born. Someone named Max Brosmer, 6 years this guy spent in college football, played at New Hampshire. I didn't even know they had a team at New Hampshire, and also was at Minnesota. He, coming out of high school, went to high school in Georgia, had Ivy League offers out of high school. And so I went back, and I was like, I don't even remember reading the draft guide for this guy. And I normally spend a lot of time reading those things. It's pretty amusing because it's creative writing. It's, you have the fiction, nonfiction. Well, I think you know which one those draft guides are. So I went back and I looked through some of the guides that I have online, and I was reading the Max Brosmer scouting report, and it said, well, he's basically a pocket passer with a master's degree. You know, it's like, good for him. The Brock Purdy comparisons. Like, why? Because he's not J.J. McCarthy, right? Anybody but McCarthy. That's the analysis there. So they're inflating the tires. They're inflating the tires before we even see if the engine turns on for this guy. And Brock Purdy, lately, he's looked more like broke Purdy, although he's certainly wealthy. His play is broken. It is. And so what are we even comparing here? This is content manufacturing is what it is. You don't wait for results. You don't wait for results. You airbrush the narrative before the guy's even thrown his 20th NFL pass. You just airbrush the narrative. And who knows? I don't know anything about the guy. I saw some highlights. Big deal. Who cares? Everyone looks good in highlights. Let's see if the kid can read a defense. Let's see if the kid doesn't have pocket panic. Let's see if he knows what he's doing here. I'm not ready to erect a statue outside of the Viking Stadium there in downtown Minneapolis, right across the street from the hospital where the crazy people are. The NFL never waits, right? The next guy is always the guy. I've learned that. The next guy is always the guy. I will believe the hype when he passes the eye test, not the PR test. He's already passed the PR test. This guy, Max Brosmer, has already passed the PR test. We'll see about the actual eye test. And so I am like the state of Missouri. I'm going to show me state of mind. Meanwhile, speaking of show me state of mind, we go now to Indianapolis, where the Colts have hit a bit of a rough patch and some finger pointing. It's starting. Yeah, it's starting. It's starting. The Daniel Jones story in Indianapolis. The question for the class is this. Colts quarterback Daniel Jones facing skepticism once again. The skeptics are out for Daniel Jones. Is the Daniel Jones elevator going up, or is the Daniel Jones elevator going down? So is it going up or going down? Well, the Daniel Jones elevator, based on a minutes-long Maller deliberation, is not going up. It is not going down. It is stuck on the 13th floor. The lights are flickering. The buttons are jammed. And Daniel Jones is pounding that door. Open door! Open! And he's hitting the button. Nothing's happening. And he's trying to get a hold of the Otis elevator repairman. The Otis elevator repairman is warming up his truck because regression versus progression, it's a tale as old as time. It is not a philosophical debate. Regression versus progression. It is what the Colts are living right now in the moment. That's what's going on with Indianapolis. They thought they had Indiana Jones, a fearless explorer of defenses, slicing through secondaries, cracking the whip, stealing wins. However, lately, it's like burping a baby. He's morphing back into Danny Dimes, wandering through the Temple of Doom, stepping on every booby trap imaginable. 2 losses in the last 3. The schedule is sharpening its knives now. He certainly gagged in the fourth quarter and overtime at Arrowhead, coughed up possessions like a clearance sale in Pittsburgh, and suddenly the blitz answers that he had earlier, well, let's just say they're gone. Poof! They vanished. Abracadabra, Houdini-like. Now, if you look back, not to give too many numbers, because it's Thanksgiving and it's late at night, early in the morning, and you're likely engrossed in something else. But if you go from week 1 through week 8, Daniel Jones was the blitz whisperer. He owned the blitz. He was the Yoda of the blitz. Second in the entire NFL, second best QBR in the NFL when defenses sent the heat. However, since week 8, he currently ranks 22nd with pitiful stats against the blitz. So that's not just the electric slide. That's more than that's a skid mark is what that is. The Colts, who were 7-1, and now they're showing signs of being a tinderbox. And what normally happens when you are looking like a tinderbox, one spark, and then kaboom! Daniel Jones is now going to have to tiptoe through a minefield to survive this stretch of games upcoming. They got a couple games still to play in the division with the number 1 defense in the NFL, the Houston Texans. So that up ahead as well. Jacksonville, which doesn't seem like a good team, but they are mathematically a good team, also on the schedule. And so, again, Daniel Jones going to have to tiptoe around. Right now, that elevator not going up. It's rattling, it's groaning a little bit, things are malfunctioning, and if you don't get this fixed, it's going to go down, 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 down. All right, final point. We go to Detroit. We don't often talk about offensive linemen because we try to get people to listen to the show. However, 4-time Pro Bowl center Frank Ragnow is coming out of retirement. He's coming out of retirement and returning to the Detroit Lions. He has decided to unretire. Yes, he'll return for the home stretch of the NFL season because he, quote, loves the game. That according to multiple reports. Now, the deadline was on Wednesday. That was the deadline for Ragnow to come out of retirement, be eligible to play this season. And he has done that. Ragnow retired in June of this year, and he said to prioritize his health. He claimed at the time that he just had nothing left. So the question, what stands out about Lions center Frank Ragnow's unretirement to rejoin the Lions? So this one is like, it's like showing up to your own retirement barbecue 5 months later with a fresh plate and asking, hey boys, any potato salad left? I'd like, what? Oh, yeah, there's no potato salad left. Who likes potato salad anyway? Nobody likes potato salad. All right, now Frank Ragnow slammed the door shut back in June. I went back and I looked through my notes. And at the time, the lineman talked about his health. His body had broken down. He wanted to put his family first. His family was a priority. And now he's kicking it back open like the NFL Black Friday doorbusters time. And so I guess he doesn't care about his family anymore. He doesn't care about his health. Is that what we're supposed to? His body's no longer breaking down, all that stuff.